Hey!
Welcome to the Bourbon Blend. I'm
Hey.
Courtney,
Oh,
and this is my amazing husband, Jay.
hey, you did it tonight.
I did, because you're usually bossy and do it.
Bossy?
Yeah, you're bossy.
I thought you were supposed to be assertive.
I am assertive.
I know you are, but I thought
Yes.
you're not the only one.
Well, welcome to the Bourbon Blend. We are excited tonight because we are dusting off some stuff from the back of the cabinet. Stuff that's gotten pushed to the back because you buy new bourbon and just slide it in front of it. And so it's time to clear some shelves and clear some bottles.
So some of the old stuff gets pushed to the back because you're sliding into some new stuff?
Yeah, some new stuff. Yeah, and sometimes that can be messy. So you got to make sure and still pull out the old good ones sometimes.
We've already got several of our legends in the chat already.
Yes.
Tim was our first one up today.
Welcome.
Says my bottles don't get time to collect dust until they're
Empty. Fallen soldier.
No, just don't post a picture of a downed bottle. That is like something I can't deal with.
Stand.
Let's see, OTAG, Orange Taffy Like Anal Goose, says my dad still has bottles in his cabinets with Wisconsin tax stamps on them. They haven't lived in Wisconsin in almost 49 years.
Oh, which means they packed up the stuff from Wisconsin and took it with them someplace else.
Hey. We're going to break out a bottle tonight, OTAG, that has a tax stamp from 1986. Mm-hmm. Which
Sounds delicious.
I can't do the math on how long ago that was.
It was a long time ago.
What's that, 30-something-ish? Let's see.
Yeah, 38.
38 years. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, we're going to have some great stories to tell about that bourbon.
I'm sure we will.
I've got the script here that I was given.
Yes. The intern did it again.
We're going to say welcome to our throngs of supporters and
Yes.
fans. We're going to talk about Auburn basketball, which is having a moment, a good moment here, on a little bit of a winning streak at the right time, and looking like they've got a really good shot at a top 4 seed at the tournament. Then we're going to get into the back of the shelf. We're going to highlight some of these bourbons. I'm not exactly sure why Courtney has like 8 bourbons here.
I've got 5.
You've got...
I've got 5.
Why did I think it was 8?
I have 5.
It's a parallax from this direction.
It's 5.
Yeah, 5. We're only going to highlight 3.
Well, we're
4.
still going to drink 5.
4. Do you have the secret one over there? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have the secret stash.
Yeah, you do. And so we're going to do the back of the shelf. We got some pictures for you. And then we want to talk about MGP getting sued.
Not so
I know
good.
you're excited about that.
Well,
And
you know.
Courtney's special, we need to come up with a name for that. Your special,
We'll come up with it.
crowdsourcing shit. I don't know what you call that.
My social enterprising question at the end of the night.
For those of you who weren't on the show last week or are not aware, I had a little bit of a heart issue a couple weeks ago now,
2?
where I was strongly encouraged to not drink much for a little while. And so I haven't been. I only sipped on the show last week. And I have been palpitation-free for 4 or 5 days now, so I feel like I can drink a little bit more now.
Yes.
My heart
It's
is
good
no
news.
longer actively angry at me.
Yes.
So, yeah, we'll be doing that. For
I
sure,
made
for
up
sure.
for you last week, though.
Yeah, you sure did. You were bringing it.
I was lit.
OTAG says 86 was the year he moved to Auburn. I'm guessing that's what he meant. Major Zero in the house. And Major Zero is, I was going to say, he had a work event
yes.
tonight. He's stuck in work with the DR event, The Life of IT, going to be an all-nighter.
Oh.
Just wanted to say hi and hit that like button. Major Zero, thank you, brother.
Thank you, buddy.
Runs an amazing community there. He's a YouTube creator and also has a nice Discord group that I am part of. And Cuz from across the street also is as well.
He has been blowing up with subscribers. I am impressed.
Who's
So,
Zero?
Yes.
He should. He
I know.
busted his ass the entire month of
Yeah.
February with a new haul, at least one haul,
Yes.
every single day in the month of February. That man deserves everything he's got times 5.
Yes.
Tim is in the house. He says, Ravin, my bourbon is cheap enough to keep them circulating frequently. I also work a stressful job, so that helps
And
too.
finishing bottles. I like it. Yes.
I will say this, and we've told the story, I'll tell it very quickly, but we used to chase bourbon a lot 2
Yes.
3 years ago, maybe even before COVID. We don't chase it as much anymore.
No.
We found that there's a lot of gettable bourbon that's delicious.
Yes.
That you don't have to pay a lot for or chase
Yes.
it down. So, Cuz is here. Cuz from across the street. Now the proud owner of a
A new vehicle.
Toyota Grand Highlander, which is an absolute
Yes.
luxury ride. He picked that up at Lynch Toyota of Auburn, which is a very smart move, and he's a smart man.
Yep.
I wish I had pictures, but it's up to him. I know that Becky from across the street did get a picture. I thought this was very important. When you get a new car, every man around should huddle around the engine compartment and act like they fucking know what they're doing when they look around in there like, oh,
Wow,
yes. Oh,
yes.
oh, yeah. Wow, I see what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing here. It's very interesting.
Yes.
So we got that. I just don't have custody of that picture just yet. AU256 thinks he sees some Elijah Craig 18,
You
and I
do.
believe that he does.
You
Yes,
do.
some Elijah Craig 18 that we sourced from our friend Brian at Chart Oak Spirits
Yes,
in Auburn.
I remember that.
That guy is an absolute stud. Raven says, is AA cleaning out every bottle along with the cabinet? Where's our button?
Yes. Yes.
I need a laugh button.
Yes. I love it.
Norman's in the house. What's up, Norman? I saw that you subscribed to our channel after the show last week, and I appreciate you,
Thank you.
showing that support. What a legend. And Corey Dubb is in the house, one half of the power couple of Montgomery.
There you go.
The Webbers.
Good to see you, bud.
Hopefully we'll see Tori before too long. Mike B is back. Had some great antidotes for the show.
Yes.
I've got a dispatch from, yes, I got a dispatch from Becky. Becky, we will show that. I do have a picture now of us gawking at the engine, but I'll show that.
hybrid engine
I'll show that
y'all
here in
know
a little bit.
what
I'll show that
really
here
is
in a
going
little
on there.
bit. Jacob G in the house as well.
Hello.
Jay, I'm finally on time.
Nice.
We appreciate that, bro.
Nice.
We sure do. I was trying to look at these pics. Jacob G says, I love you, dog. Wish Doc was in hisa, but we need his ass because he's too busy at Bucky's bathroom. He's chasing some fillies down in
Phillies.
the lower part of the state, I'm sure, Jacob G. And we do love Doc Dumpster. For those of you who don't know, he is an important member of our community at auburnsports.com. I don't think he's a bourbon blender. I don't think he drinks at this stage in his life.
Yeah.
It's probably a good thing for him, as he explained it to me. So, there you go. Auburn basketball. Let's do that, Courtney.
Let's do
I know
that.
you're excited about that.
I am. I'm always excited about the SEC
Of course
tournament.
you are.
It's fun.
Of course you are. The Auburn Tigers, 23-7 overall, 12-5 in SEC play, got the win at Missouri on Tuesday night, 101-74, a game that I thought was going to be close. Missouri is 0-17. Well, they came into the game 0-16 in SEC play. It was senior night. I was like, surely they're going to sack up and do something. But the bottom line is they're just not very good.
Couldn't make it happen.
They're good at one thing and one thing only. They can shoot free throws. And they shot the hell out of the free throws the other night, but they're just not very good. And so Auburn is somewhat close at halftime, and then Auburn just had a great second half and put them away. Auburn shot, I think it was 66% from three, something like 82% from two, and 82% from the line in the second half. So
That's messy.
those are numbers that I know that you.
Messy.
And there were a lot of quality bounce passes, so I know you'd be
Yes.
fired up about that.
I did not see the second half because Court was a little tired. Had to go night-night.
Is Coco?
Had to go night-night.
Miss Coco's a lot of times will work 6:30 to 6.
Yeah, so sometimes I get a little sleep.
Get a little tired working with those kids and all the parents and everything. But I know it's very
Rewarding.
fulfilling, I was going to say.
Rewarding.
Janai Broom doing what he usually does, 17 points, 8 boards, 3 steals in the game at Missouri. On KenPom.com, he is the second most valuable player in the entire country.
Really?
Only behind Zach Edey, the 7'4" center from Purdue that Pipe Layer loves so much. Janai's having an absolute whale of a season, and this is the most significant statistical season in the history of Auburn basketball for a player. He's having the best season that's ever been done.
I did not know that.
And there's been some damn good players play at Auburn through the years. Jalen Williams, 12 points in that game with his little left-handed stroke. Auburn's really good at 5-4, man. Now they just got to worry about the point guard a little bit. They're not scoring a lot, Trey Donaldson and Aiden, but they are taking very good care of the ball. 7 assists and 0 turnovers at Missouri. BMAT was on the show earlier today. We did a podcast this afternoon, and I think he said that the point guards in the last 4 games together have scored like 46 points and have like 42 assists and 5 turnovers or something like that. So they are absolutely controlling. They're running the offense and they're managing the ball well. They're valuing possessions, as Joe Champy would say. Got to value the possessions. Auburn is number 6 in the net ratings. Those are I'm not sure what net stands for, but those are the ratings that the NCAA will use and will consider when they're seeding the tournament here shortly.
Are you surprised by that?
No, Auburn is a statistical darling and has been all year long. I mean, really, Auburn's losses have come against pretty good teams, honestly. So, yeah, they're pretty damn good, and statistically, their numbers are great, and they've been excellent since December, honestly. Regular season finale is going to be Saturday night, 5:30, inside the Nev. The hated UGA Bulldogs are on tap. Auburn beat that ass over at the Jacuzzi back, I don't know, what was that, 2 weeks ago? So the thought is that right now Auburn is tied for second in the SEC with a gaggle of other teams. Kentucky, South Carolina, Alabama are all at 12-5 in league play. So it's really going to come down to these last games.
Interesting.
Auburn,
Who's playing Missouri on?
Yeah, I know everybody's wanting to feast on Missouri. Somebody is playing Vandy, though. I forgot who it was. But yeah, anyway, Kentucky's at Tennessee. That's a big one. Arkansas is at Alabama. And South Carolina's got to go to Mississippi State. So that could be a challenge.
That could be a challenge.
Auburn's got the tastiest matchup of the 12-5 teams right now. And so you think if they win that game against Georgia, they're almost certainly going to be having that first round bye. So that is a good thing. And there's also some other good news. Some folks were getting concerned. I think it was more paranoia than anything that BP was going to entertain the possibility of going to Indiana to coach the Hoosiers. However, Indiana decided yesterday that Woodson was going to get at least one more year. So there will be no turnover in the coaching staff at Indiana. And that means that BP ain't going there.
Everybody plays that game, right? I mean,
do you play that game with me?
Yes, not with you. I'm saying in the workforce. You know, you have somebody else that wants to come and court you a little, maybe just a little hint, and then you throw that whole like lasso out to your current folks, and then they're like, well, maybe we need to renegotiate some things.
Yeah. To be fair, this was not anything BP was doing actively. It was just kind of people were speculating about it. And he was on lists and all that kind of thing. So
you can also shut that down if you didn't want to. So
I mean, if he's asked a question, he would have answered it. I mean, just wasn't ever in a. I was at the press conference the other day, but it's not something he necessarily asked.
Oh, look at that. I was exactly going to address
Michael
that.
A says you guys are so much more interesting than the State of the Union. Courtney said.
I said we're battling for screen time with the State of the Union, and how grumpy everybody can be during the State of the Union.
Yeah, we're competing with Joe Biden tonight, but you know, I feel like.
I mean, we got 24 million viewers on right now, so it is impressive.
We can hold our own, and we're apolitical, so.
Yeah.
Courtney and I.
Anyway, moving right along.
The thing is, we can love and respect each other and maybe have some different ideas.
We have different ideas on
how to govern a country.
Views.
That's fine. That's
good.
That's what it's all about.
That is good.
Casa DP, who Courtney is very big fan of. Yo Blenders.
Until you get to meet him in April.
Well, I know. Speaking of that, we need to get this shit going.
We are. I made a comment on the post today, Jay, to calm everybody's nerves.
Okay.
So.
Where's everybody getting antsy?
When do we pay? How do we pay? And I'm like, listen. We're trying to, I don't like to ask people for money until I tell them what they're paying for. So we're trying to get clarity on the flight that we are choosing.
I'm on board. Corey says, need to lock down Nike. Of course, Auburn is openly negotiating with both Under Armour and Nike right now for a deal that would be starting new in 25. So if Auburn chooses to go with Nike in the next 2 months or whatever, that will not actually take effect until, I believe, 2025. But it takes a long time to get these things negotiated out.
Okay, I'm going to play a dummy here. So
okay.
I know back in the day it really mattered. But does it really matter that much anymore with NIL stuff and all that kind of stuff? Really?
I do. I think so, yeah.
Okay.
First of all, I mean, yeah, these companies have a lot of money. Nike makes a lot of money. Under Armour makes maybe less. But Under Armour is also desperate to keep Auburn, so they're willing to throw. I think if it was just down to the dollars, it would be Under Armour. But I think it's more complicated than that.
Okay.
And I know more than I can say on this.
Okay.
That's all. I'm going to leave it at that. But I would definitely think Nike's in the catbird seat, as the old timers would say.
Okay.
Yeah. Tim says AA is speaking facts about
that was about the
political situation, right?
State of the Union.
Daniel P in the house. What up, brother? We love Daniel P. He's one of the legends over at on the Brain Drain, and we're glad to have you here as well. Let's see. Oh, Cassidy Pete says JDT.
It is
on
not
me.
on you at all.
I don't think it's on
at
you,
all.
Cassie.
It is on. It is nobody being on anybody.
And he loves the Muppet
Yes.
song, moving right along.
You have done more than you necessary with this event. So thank you for your
Wardam
help.
Steve says BP staying at AU just to set up Steven for his future loyalty over a little bit more money. I think that's fair to say. Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much the way I see it too, and I wouldn't worry about it. Listen, man, if that's what BP wants, that's what he's going to get. He's the most accomplished basketball coach in Auburn history. The end. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Now, Joe Lee's won more games, but how many Final Fours did Joe Lee's get Auburn to? Yeah, 0. Although he's a fine coach, I'm not ragging on him. Daniel P says, I just need some Air Max with an Auburn color way. That probably will happen in your future, my man. God, we have so many things. Oh, Stu Pup is in the house.
Hey, nice to see you,
Stu
buddy.
Pup! I think about you every day, bro, because I got that church that sits on our mantle right by the window.
Yes,
My cat, our cat, excuse
Yes.
me, likes to sit right next to that.
he does.
It almost looks like he's praying to the church sometimes. 'Cause he puts his hands
paws
out
right
like
there,
that, yeah. Call me Biscuit, who is a legend. We communicated with him earlier today. I will pay now for Atlanta event via a super chat. Why is it not working? 13K viewers.
I mean, here's the thing. It is very frustrating, but we need those subscribers.
We need
So
subscribers.
we need
yeah.
subscribers, and so you
Bring it
know,
there,
I
Biscuit.
think we need somebody to get on the auburnsports.com board and be like, "Hey, y'all, you need to go subscribe."
Another one of our bunker legends, Vance Seam, as some say, just joined, drank a ton of rye to tasting prior to joining.
Ooh,
Are we drinking on this show?
of course we are.
Yes, we are. We will definitely.
Yes.
Tony
So-
Finn!
You need to go and get something out of the back of your cabinet, like dig around in the back of your liquor cabinet,
Rummage.
pull something out, and be like, "Oh yeah, I do have this one."
Tony Finn, who was a legend at our Orange Beach event last year.
Yes.
He was a amateur.
He enjoyed.
He sure did.
He enjoyed the event.
And I hope you're going to be there this year too, brother,
Yes.
because you would be an MVP once again.
Yes.
We need you there.
Yes.
Raven also says, I'm sure that some of our political leaders are also streaming the drain during the State
Of
the
course
Union.
they are. I mean,
We have-
why would they not be?
We have friends in high places. I mean, we know Tommy. We know Senator Tuberville.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know if he would. Yeah, Courtney. Well,
Moving right along.
You're really nice to his face, but-
Okay, let's see what we're going to drink tonight, Jay.
Vance Me says it's only $400, Biscuit. Anyone on the bunk can afford. Everybody on the bunker is rich, obviously.
Of course.
Let me get over to the standings real
Except when it
quick.
comes to paying their $10 a month.
No, that a lot of
Complain
people
about it.
A lot of people are very enthusiastic about that and ask how they can pay more. Here's the latest standings as of this moment tonight. There's one game left for everybody. South Carolina, Auburn, Kentucky, and Alabama again stuck at 12-5. 2 games behind Tennessee. They cannot be caught. So the Vols are going to win that regular season title for the first time in, I think it was 2007-8.
Really?
When
Wow.
they won the league outright last time. And I reckon that was probably Pearl that did that.
Oh,
Just
interesting.
kind of thinking out loud here.
Yeah.
South Carolina, Auburn, Kentucky, Alabama right there, all fighting for those top 4 seeds. And the Florida Gators 1 game back, but they've been playing some great basketball. Mississippi State, A&M, LSU, Ole Miss, wow. Yeah, they came into conference season undefeated, and now they're 7-10.
So, oh, that's right. In basketball, everybody gets to go to the tournament, though, right? Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay, it's baseball where they don't.
Yeah, but I think that's changing too.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right.
I couldn't remember which was. I
There
was
a
pretty
while
sure.
there.
Yeah, so Missouri, whoever gets Missouri in that first round, it's going to be lucky.
Well, they kind of have like dipshit night. So like the first night on Wednesday, it'll be like Georgia, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, Missouri, like going at it. It's like, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're trying to be king of the dipshits, and then you.
Well, I mean, there's always going to be a pretty girl in the ugly sorority, right?
Yeah, I know her name. I remember. Her name was Amber. Amber Smith. There was something I really wanted to. Oh, it was Jacob G. Said, Jay, you should get Madden so I can whoop your ass. Speaking of which, I'm going to download Warzone, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played Madden. Well, that's not true. I played Madden in the 90s.
And a long time ago.
I've not played Madden like any time in the last 15 years. It's just too much. I play FIFA and I also play Warzone.
Maybe
What-
we need to get you on that NHL hockey again.
Oh, I used to love NHL Live 94.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great when they would fight.
And then they have blood on the ice.
Oh, look, man, I made Gretzky's head bleed.
I know.
Yeah, we do have a Warzone group from the bunker, so you can definitely join, and we communicate over Discord and stuff. So yeah, let's do that, Jacob. I know you've been talking about it. Make the commitment.
All right, so what's going to happen this tournament, Jay?
Jay Olive Senior, what's up, brother? I'm going to get a system just to play NCAA 25. It's going to be back in the fall.
Really?
Yeah, for the
How
first
about
time
that?
in a minute. It's been a while. Who's going to win the tournament? Well, let's think about this. So the bottom half of this league is not going to win it. So it's got to be the top 6. Tennessee's damn good. I don't trust South Carolina. I do trust Auburn. Kentucky's been playing great basketball lately.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what they do at Tennessee on Saturday. That's a tough challenge there. Alabama, I just don't know. I don't trust them. And Florida, I might.
So I don't trust them. Does that mean that they're going to play well or not play well?
That means I don't think they're going to make it. I don't think they're going to get there. Alabama's not playing great ball right now.
Well, they could have gotten that out of the way before they come to the tournament.
And I think they got somebody hurt the other day, like an important player got hurt. I don't know if he's like, he didn't blow his knee out or anything, but I think he had like a hamstring strain or something that's going to probably sideline him for a little bit. So for me, the top 3 would be Tennessee, Auburn, Kentucky are the 3. I think one of those 3 have probably a 75% chance of winning this thing, maybe higher, something like that.
Right.
I like the way Auburn's playing. And I know that the challenges haven't necessarily been that tough these last 2 or 3 games, but a lot of depth, and I actually think I'm not happy that Leor got hurt. That sucks for him, and I think it hurts Auburn too. But tightens the rotation a little bit, makes SEMO have to fight a little bit harder and a little bit better, maybe, as the 10th guy. And I don't know. They got a lot of depth, man. And this time of year, that depth,
It does matter.
it pays off because BP's been playing these guys and distributing minutes pretty evenly. And nobody's wore out. I really like the way Auburn's been playing ball lately. So, there you go. I know you're surprised by these standings. You didn't think Tennessee was going to win this thing or run away from it. No, that's kind of part of it's because we don't like Tennessee, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the main scene here. What's going on in the new comments? We're just getting blowed up with the comments. Appreciate you guys chatting so much. Jay Olive Senior thinks Auburn's going to make the final.
Okay.
That would be pretty clutch.
Yes.
There's no doubt. Stoop Up says Florida going to be a tough out in Nashville. Todd's definitely got them playing some really good basketball right now. And Tim says, really hope we don't get a shitty draw and run into a buzzsaw. The only team that's a buzzsaw right now is Kentucky. And they got to go to Tennessee tomorrow or Saturday. So they may not be a buzzsaw anymore after that.
That'll be a good game, though.
By the way, my daughter, she's an Owala fan. And I don't know if you guys know what an Owala is. It's a type of water bottle. And so she got me an Owala bottle, and now I love this thing. And she bought me an extra boot, this little bottom thing, so like when you put it on somewhere, it grabs instead of sliding.
This is so exciting. I mean,
there's probably some Owala fans out there.
no, I doubt it. Everybody's a Stanley fan.
Stanley sucks.
Kentucky fans always take over Nashville, always. Yeah. Like if you're driving on 65 South from Louisville to Nashville during that time, it's bumper to bumper. I mean, it's crazy. They won't even get in the game, but they will just be there to be there.
But then at the Louisville games, it's like 10% full.
Well, I wouldn't know about that because I don't watch the Louisville games like you do because you're the fan. So, okay, time to drink some bourbon. I haven't had one in 30 minutes, so it's time
I'm going to go on a word strike if you don't stop with that bullshit.
Oh, promise?
You want to do the show by yourself? There you go.
Ooh, look at the big man showing his strength.
I think Call Me Biscuit's going to be seeing some horse racing in the relatively near future. Look at this. Tori's in the house. The other half of the Power Montgomery couple. Hey, everyone cheers. I know one thing's for sure. Missouri ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Just hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious for those poor kids that are going to get shit on for an 18th time.
True.
But, hey, man, you chose to play at Missouri. You knew what you were getting into. Fancy says, my wife buys 3 of those drink bottles a week. See, they're very popular. Oftentimes
they also can be traded, and they can also be sold, and whatever.
Maddie knows the color combinations by heart. She'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's Desert Rose. Oh no, that's Forestry or something."
It's weird.
I'm like, damn.
That's weird.
8256 says, I'm staying with the UK fam next weekend in Nashville, and I'm going to the games. Pray for me, fam.
Enjoy. Where is the liquid IV, because that's supposed to help with flatulence. Y'all, did you hear that? I'm sure you did, because these are
No.
good microphones. Did y'all hear what Jay just did?
No.
Yes, I did.
These chairs, dude. I
It
don't
is
know what
not
happened.
the chair.
All right.
This chair does not smell like that.
Let's see. Tony says, love the vibe on the backdrop. Y'all get on that Elijah 18 year. Okay.
All right,
Well, tell
all
me.
right. So what are we going to have
If
first?
that's what you want, we'll start with the Elijah Craig 18.
So the reason I'm starting with this is because I don't like it. I'm being honest. I don't like it. I wish I did. I'm supposed to like it. But the last 2 times I've had it, we've had it, of course, you can tell, we've had plenty in the first place. But we also did a blind tasting, and I was like, ooh, that's terrible.
Yeah, we did this in a blind tasting, and I think this is our lowest rated bourbon of the whole damn lot. It was like 18.
Yeah, I just was not happy with it. I really wanted to be happy with it, but I wasn't. Here, I'll pour for you.
Soup Up said Missouri was the oddest looking basketball team I've ever seen. They looked like a weird church's sea-level team. Dude, I know you made a reference to their point guard. Looked like me and you out there, bro. He was like kind of overweight and like just balling, you know. I was like,
So
bro.
this is what we're trying first.
Sorry.
Or we're sipping on.
Yo,
From
yo,
the back of the cabinet.
I got a graphic here for
The
you.
reason this was in the back of the cabinet is because neither of us particularly care for it. We wanted to like it. We actually got it from, we said we got it in Auburn. Probably like 3 or 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Now, the reason I really like this was, the reason it's very significant to me, it's 18 years, bottled on 4/24/20, which is the day
Oh, that's right.
our daughter turned 18 on 4/24/20.
Yeah,
So I thought that was kind of a cool,
That is cool. I forgot
just
that.
random thing. But
Yes.
this really challenges, in my opinion, how long a bourbon can
Yes.
sit before it's too oaky. 18 years is a hell of a long time to sit in a barrel.
I mean, can you imagine that?
Well,
It's a long ass time.
Would you want to sit in a barrel for 18 years? Think about all the shit that happens in
Only
your life.
if I was with you.
Think about all the shit that goes on in your life over 18 years. I mean, think about the person you were 18 years ago. You barely knew me. Wait.
We'd already been married for a while.
We're still getting to know each other.
See, this does not taste like anything that should be highly sought for me. I just don't care for it very much.
I like the nose more than I thought that I would, though. I smell like a pleasant, like wood or something. That's good.
Oh, there's a good question, Jay, from Call Me Biscuit.
Call me Biscuit. Who does JGT get to build his graphics?
It would be JG Date.
Thanks for asking, Biscuit.
Yes.
I'll send you the check later, brother.
Right. Oh, it's the intern. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, it's the intern.
The intern over here. Oh, wait.
thought
The
he was
intern's
over
over
here.
there?
Yeah.
Okay, is he over there?
It's probably Denton. I don't know.
What about her? What about it? Why is our intern always male? Why can't our intern be female?
I don't know. It's better off that way.
Okay.
Elijah Craig, 18 year. Elijah Craig, of course, is Heaven Hill Distillery, which we visited a couple times, I think. Well, definitely once.
Twice.
In Bardstown there, not too far off the Bluegrass Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
It is close to,
My old Kentucky home.
well, it's in the same city as that. Yeah, it's relatively close to Willett, and it's even closer to Barton,
Wild turkey.
where they make 1792 Wild Turkey.
Yes.
No, that's in Lawrenceburg.
I mean, Lawrenceburg and Bardstown are.
I mean, like Elijah Craig and
I mean,
Willett
that's
are
like saying
2 miles
Prattville and
apart.
Montgomery.
Retails for $125, which is more than it used to be, and on secondary, this is probably more like $200. You might be able to get it a little. You might get $185 or something like that. 90 proof is a little bit of a turnoff. Of course, the same thing. It's the exact same proof as my Blade and Bow 22 that I stand behind. Makes no sense. 78% corn, 12% barley, 10% rye. So this is going to be very low rye content. I think you used to think you didn't like rye, but it seems like the more
I
often
do
we
like
drink a
rye.
higher rye bourbon,
I don't
you like it.
I don't like the barley. I've discovered. So that's what we discovered in the last show. Maybe that's why Maybe that's why this doesn't hit for me. I don't know. I just don't. It just doesn't hit for me. I don't know why.
It's okay. If this was a $35 bottle, I'd be fine with that. But
I mean, we can make it a mixer.
oh, for fuck's sake, you and your mixers, man.
I make the best cocktail with this.
U256 says it's crazy that y'all don't like it. AA and JGT, but everyone's different. Yeah, you're right. I don't hate it though. It's not like awful.
Well, it's kind of like, everybody has different tastes in their partner, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yes.
you prefer a bitchy ass woman like me.
I like to say an assertive woman.
We'll just call it as it is.
Vince is an 18-year investment. The stones to do that.
Exactly.
I guess he's referring to Maddie. Laugh track. Hey now. Let's see. Tori says, do they mix or turn the barrel during that time? They do. They don't mix the barrels, no, but they do turn it. They have to repair it. A lot of times the barrels will start to leak just a little bit. It's kind of more like ooze. And so the key is they take it out. There's people whose job it is. What are they called?
I do not remember what their job is. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't remember the title of their job. Basically, they fix the barrels while the bourbon's in it.
Yeah,
well, no.
They
They can take the bourbon out, fix the barrel, and put the bourbon back in.
I don't think they do that. I think that
they do both ways.
I think they push those pieces in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could remember the name of those people, but yeah, there's a whole job for that.
Yep.
We saw that at the.
And some distillers, though, do not. Some warehouses do not move their barrels, though.
Yes.
They leave them on the same rack in the same position the whole time, and then some other places move them to higher floors where it's going to be hotter, and then rotate them down to lower floors where it's cooler.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. And then there's also climate control warehouses where you don't have to worry about where they are. So, because climate's going to be the same all around. But bourbon is known for being in warehouses where they have real air coming in the windows. That's the beauty of Kentucky.
Yeah, they crack them open.
Yeah.
Cuz from across the street says, I'm not a fan of Elijah Craig 18 either. Too expensive for what you get.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's just not $200 good. It's like $40 good, in my opinion. AU256,
right.
This is a great question, and I'm surprised we haven't been asked this before. What's the perfect age range for a bourbon? For me, I don't know that there's a correct answer to that question.
I don't know either.
Because there's some stuff, I'm trying to think of what it's called. Cuz you might be able to help me on this one. The distillery out of Michigan that we get, is it Journeyman? I've got a particular version of Journeyman that is called the Iron Cross, I think it is. They distill that into 5-gallon barrels.
Oh, interesting.
And it's only 2 years old. So it's whiskey.
No, it can be bourbon.
Okay, it could be bourbon, whatever. 2 years old. I think it's delicious.
The only age statement on that has to be for bourbon is if it's bottled and bond. Bottled and bond means it's 4 years.
Has to be at least 4 years.
Yes.
Yeah. Vance Seam says the bar at Heaven Hill is excellent. I don't think we hit that one.
No, we did not.
I didn't see that one. And we've been to the new visitor center there. So
the visitor center, and then we had a tasting. We went to a tasting room there.
And Vance Seam says it's across the street from Willett. It's like right down the street from Willett. It's really nice now. They have a cool ass truck in front. Their store is not super big, but it's nice.
It's very nice.
You can get some mellow corn up in that bitch, which is good stuff. Van Seam also says the bar at Willett is even better.
Yes.
Yes. That is a great one.
Yes. You know what? I don't think I've actually been up to the bar up there.
I got up there.
I know you did, because then you made a mess. So.
I sure did. When you told me I was going to make a mess, and I was like, I got this. And
I was like, don't put those in your pocket. And Jay's like, I've got this.
I had Glencairns in my pocket.
And then he comes down the stairs, and of course his legs moving up and down on the stairs, popped the Glencairns out and
Idiot.
broke on the stairs in front of everybody.
Idiot. Cassidy Pieces Heaven Hill used to provide the Culve scenes. I guess those are the people that own that. The Willett family estate. The aged stock for the Willett family estate. Much of that would have been destined for Elijah Craig 18, 21, or 23, or so I've been told.
Look at that.
According
We're
to
finding a little
rumors.
history.
According to rumors.
I like it.
Yeah. Let's see. Cassidy Pieces. The Coopers push the bungs back into the bung holes. Some places, makers rotate, while others do not. And Old Forester does not, I don't believe.
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go. Good stuff. Cassidy P always helping, man. Always helping. Always has some good stuff here. Let's see. Tony Finn says, shameless plug for K-Lube.
Luke.
Boy, I talk about doing some... Wow. Sigmund Freud to have a moment here.
Yes, he
Shameless plug for K-Luke bourbon. Y'all get a bottle if you can. Look it up. K-Luke.
Okay.
Courtney,
K-Luke.
make a note if you don't mind.
I'm getting right on that.
Secretary.
Secretary. No. It's administrative assistance day is coming up, Jay. I expect to be feted.
Is there a man I could talk to?
All right. So,
All right, I give that
some people love this, some people dislike it. We're on the dislike team. Dislike team.
I'm on the dislike team.
Dislike team.
I don't hate it, though. Some of the stuff we've had on this table in the past has been dog shit.
Well, let's
That's
find
not
out if
dog
we're
shit.
going to have some more dog shit tonight.
Hey, all right, what are we moving to, Courtney? Which one do you want to give it a shot? Revenge.
This is called Huling Station.
Wait, hold
I
on.
thought it was, huh?
We haven't finished yet because Revenge wants a final grade for the EC18.
Oh. Poor.
Do we get a rating for the EC? How many charcoal
get a-
briquettes do you give?
So we usually do it on 1 to 10. So I would give it a 3.
I'll give it a 5.
Ugh.
But it's too low for $200 or $125.
Mouthfeel, it tastes like I'm a damn beaver gnawing on wood.
Hey, I love it when you're a beaver. You're a busy
Me and
beaver.
Bucky.
You're a busy beaver
busy
getting
beaver.
beaten around to the bush. Beaver. Big
Beaver.
beavers.
You need a beaver cover.
Beavers.
Back it up.
Let me see that beaver in your dam. Damn beaver.
Damn beaver.
Mouthfeel was just average. A little thin, actually. Yeah. Poor.
All
All right,
right.
Courtney wants to go to, what did you used to call this? You didn't
Healing
call
Station.
Healing Station.
But it's
Huling
Huling
Station.
Station. Single barrel.
This is from the Old Dominic Distillery in Memphis, Tennessee. Excuse me.
Yes. What's his name? Bruzel just had a pick there.
Yes, Bruzel did go to the distillery for a video. Bruzel, by the way, does great YouTube content.
Does.
And he is from Opelika. Hey, small pour on that. That is not. That's
That
not
is small.
That is not small.
Oh my gosh, you're such a
All right,
baby.
as Courtney calls it, Healing Station.
Healing Station.
Single barrel. We got this from our friend Justin, who goes up to Memphis periodically and gets some good stuff. This is a store pick from Kirby Wines and Liquors.
Yes, but what's it called on the back, Jay?
Hughes Hooch.
Hughes Hooch. I thought that was appropriate for our.
Not Hugh Freeze, but just Hugh.
Yeah, Hughes Hooch.
Retails for $55. Not much of a secondary market for this one. 110.4 proof. I'm glad they got it very specific to the 10th of a proof point there.
If I recall here, I think this was one I was like, this can be a mixer.
5 years aged. Now this one, I
It has a
think,
nice nose, though. I don't remember that.
52% corn, 44% rye. This is a very heavy rye one, and 4% barley. So since you hate barley, this is good for you. And MGP, this is from MGP in Indiana, okay? This is a very high rye for an MGP source. Their rye is usually, the highest rye they have is usually, I think, 38.
Wow. This tastes like it's so much higher in proof to me.
Really? I cannot wait.
Yes.
Wow, this is a good nose, though.
It does have a good nose, but yowzers, it'll hit you in the, it hits you at first, like the ethanol hits you, but it's not a big burn. I don't feel a burn, but it's just, it exploded in my mouth. There you go. You like that one?
The busy beaver gets a blast in her mouth. How about that?
And if you wanted to taste this, we will definitely bring that down there, and you are welcome to finish
This
this bottle.
this starts off in a bad direction for me, and then
I don't like it.
saves itself at the end there.
It's okay at the end, yeah, but whew.
Boy, that's got a lot of rye in it. It's kind of a sweet spice, though. It's not like that regular rye spice that I don't like. I could probably drink this if I got used to it.
It comes in hot at first, but then
It does hit
settles.
hot. It does hit hot.
But it doesn't burn your throat.
Cassidy P says, Hughes Hooch has a much different connotation in this post-NIL world. Laugh track. I need a laugh track on this. Hey, Ravin says that's going to get clipped. No, bro. We are all in. And then Michael just says, Courtney, cool, thumbs up. She likes an explosion there.
I do, but
If I had time to get used to this, I would probably like it.
see, I do think that this would be good in a cocktail
This
because
just tastes
it's
different.
going to be it's going to give you some additional taste in your cocktail.
It really would.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Mm-hmm. For a high rye bourbon, I really like that.
Yeah, I mean,
It just, I'd have to get used to it.
It hits. It hits.
This is a great question that I don't know the answer to. Tori wants to know, what ingredient is the most expensive to purchase to make bourbon?
Ooh, I don't know.
That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that, Tori, and I am going to try to remember that the next time we go to one of these places, which probably won't be too long from now.
Yes, I don't know the answer to that. I would just assume it's corn because corn's always the highest.
Yeah.
So you're going to spend more on corn. But if you're talking about like per ounce, I don't know the answer.
I don't know.
To that.
That's a great question. Tori's always got such great questions.
That's a good one.
We need to get her one of those jackets that has the question marks all over it. She could be the one asking questions.
That'd be great.
You always love to have one of those in your group. Let's see. Ravin says premium corn is a pretty penny. Mm-hmm. And he would certainly know.
Yeah, because they have to go. They'll tell you where they get their corn from when you go to the distillery.
Where do you get your corn from?
Farmer's market.
Good answer. Okay, so this Healing Station is, I think, better than Elijah Craig 18. I don't know if we have another bourbon that tastes like this.
Yeah, I don't either. And the more I drink it, it's better. But I really think I'm going to have to try this in a cocktail, like literally in a cocktail. Not because I want to get rid of it, but I think it'll be really good.
You're going to be
with
that
that
girl?
high rye.
You're going to be that basic bitch that mixes our good bourbon?
This isn't good bourbon, Jay.
I just drank it. I know it's good.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Again, if I got used to that, I would like it. It's got a little bit of a sweetness to it. It does have that funkiness, but it's not like the funky. It's like a sweet spice or something. I kind of dig it, man. I didn't remember we had this. This was literally there was the last bottle in the back of our main cabinet. And it's square. It's got a square bottle. Here, let me go back to so I can show you. I can illustrate this a little bit better.
Oh.
It's got like a completely square bottle, and so it fits nicely. It nestles right in the back of that bitch, and you don't even see it right there.
I didn't even realize that this has a nice shape to the bottle.
Oh, I love noticing nice shapes.
I know you.
Do you want to move on to your next one?
Yes.
All right, Courtney wants to pick this next one, and it's going to be Hancock's Reserve. This one was not in our main compartment, it was in our top right compartment, all the way in the back. I hadn't drank this in probably 3 years until I tried to stump Cuz with this one with a blind pick, and he got it. So that sucked. Well, it was great for him. It was a very sharp pick by him, but the reason this bourbon...
What's the proof on this? Oh,
88.
89.
88.9. This is a Buffalo Trace product. This is probably one you guys have never seen because it's so weird. Like, I don't understand why it exists.
It exists because it is the President's Reserve.
Oh, that's bullshit. There are a lot of people that say this is Blanton's Light, although Blanton's is 93 proof and this is 88.9. So it is lighter, but it ain't a whole lot lighter. Of course, there's not a lot of room to get down lighter because it wouldn't even be bourbon if it goes under 80. JM in the house. What's up, brother? Jeff, I appreciate you being here. One of our friends from the Rebel Groves. Hancock's, you have to like struggle to find this on the Buffalo Trace website. They don't even promote it.
It's not even, but it's not because it's hard to get. It's because they just don't have a lot of it.
Yeah, it is hard to get. Like it's not.
Well, I'm sorry. It's not. Somebody's not out there tracking down where to find this.
No, I've never heard of anybody saying, "Hey, man, do you know where I can find a bottle of Hancock's?" Like, I think a lot of people don't even know.
Oh my gosh, that's light.
That it exists. Retails for $50. I think we paid something in the neighborhood of $100 for this bitch. This was before COVID for sure. Because I'd heard it was Blanton's Light, and I was like, well, we were so crazy about Blanton's in like 2017. Let's give it a shot.
It's good. It's good. It's very light. It's very light especially compared to what we just had. The Healing Station.
Look at I'm sorry, Blake. I appreciate you, brother. I'll come back to you here in just a second. Mike, spitting some facts as usual. Bourbon by law has to be 51% corn. Corn is technically a fruit. I did not know that.
Really? I did not know that.
So if I have 3 pours of bourbon a night, I'm getting 3 servings of fruit. I may be healthier than I thought.
There you go. Exactly.
Where's the laugh track? God dang it. Good stuff, Mike.
Yes.
I like that thinking. Let's see. Blake says, I actually like that one, but for the price, I just want 4 rows of single barrel.
That's fair.
Oh,
I like that.
I completely agree with that.
I agree with you on that.
This Bluetooth, this Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 2 which is the one that is Blanton's, has a slightly higher rye content than their number one mash bill. So the estimates I saw on the internet was between 12 and 14% rye.
This is good. I mean, it's good. It's very light. You're not getting a true bourbon experience with it, I would say.
Wow, that is really light.
Yes. I like the comment because it said that it was like you can have it at lunch. That's what OTAG said.
Yes, OTAG. Maybe it exists because it's 89 proof, which means you can drink it at lunch.
So I have a question now. You know, in all those old 60s, 70s, even 80s shows, the executives in the office would have like their bottle of bourbon in the desk and they bring it out and have a drink.
Yeah.
Does that shit really happen anymore? Or is everybody like way too...
Conservative?
Well, are the rules at work just way too much now that you can't do that? You know, that all those old shows used to do that. Be like, well, we've had a hard one. Let's have a hit, you know, and they'd sit down and everybody pour a glass. And it was like it wasn't a big deal. I just didn't know if that really happens in like the big corporate world anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think HR has infiltrated everything we do.
Exactly. It's no fun.
It's no fun anymore.
No fun.
You used to be able to harass your coworkers for a good laugh. Let's see. JM, Jeff says he's seen that at almost every store, Courtney.
Really? Interesting.
Never gave it a second look. He obviously doesn't live where I live.
No.
Where are you at, brother? I know you're not here. JM says 50. Yeah, that's the retail price. Now, again, finding this on a shelf, at least in our state, will never happen. Maybe there are some places where that would happen. Let's see. JM says, I think I'd rather have some Old Grandad 114 for about 34.
Yeah, well, that's a totally different product, but yes, that's a hot one.
Yeah, Old Grandad. That packs a lot of punch for that price, JM. I'm with you on that, brother.
Hydrate.
Bo is great jumping in. Hey, guess what? I got liquid IV in this bitch. Bo is great says, all fruit diet. Sounds good, Mike.
Exactly.
Laugh track. That's good stuff right there. Cuz says, not in my office, talking about do people just crank out bourbons.
Fun.
I guess technically in my office I do that.
Yeah, your office, you do it for a living.
Yeah, I kind of do that. Let's see. Cassidy P says, Elmer, better than Blanton's, better than Hancock's. I have not had Elmer Tea Lee in a minute, man. I really wanted some. And they had... That's what I had at the place in Rosemary Beach.
Yes, you did. You did.
Galleons. Mm-hmm. That was my pour this year, or this last time we went. I got the Elmer Tea Lee.
It's all you can get.
Elmer Tea Lee is Cassidy P, I don't know if it's a lot better than Blanton's, but it's definitely better than this. This is good. It tastes good. It's just like water.
Yeah, it's just very mild-mannered. This would be a good one to start somebody new off on.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Me and Cuz drink something like this. It's called Redemption Weeded. Redemption Weeded, I think. Mm-hmm. I think that's $30 in the state of Georgia.
Yep.
I mean, I would drink this instead of Redemption Weeded, but this actually is going to cost me $100 or more. And that we can get 3 bottles of the other shit for that. Yeah, so I don't know, man. We've been still looking for Elmer Tea Lee out there. It's kind of tough. Mm-hmm. Mike B says, too bad the 2 martini pours lunch no longer exist.
I know.
We can bring it back, Mike.
A lot of business got done then if you had the martinis at lunch, right?
Dee in Atlanta texted me to say, engineer I worked with in New York, hold on, would share a drink from the bottle he kept at his desk at the end of the day before he hit the subway up to the Long Island Railroad.
There you go.
That is some old school business right there, bro.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Chip in the hizzle. I thought Old Grandad was currently giving the State of the Union.
And where's the laugh track?
I'm getting a laugh for that. He gets a laugh for that one.
Well, let's see here. He'd have to be a spicy number. 114.
I actually did the whole final the laugh track for that one. That was really good. One. Cassidy P says, well, JGT, I'd say the higher proof Blanton's Golden Barrel Proof beat Elmer, but not the standard 93 proof.
Interesting.
The higher proof Blanton's. Well, gold is basically the same, right? Now, that straight from the barrel is definitely hotter. Would beat Elmer, but not the standard 93. All right, fair enough. We have straight from the barrel. Actually, Cuz has custody of that one. Mm-hmm. And we thought that one was really good.
Yeah, that one was good.
But it was hot. It was hot now. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so Hancock's, we like it. It's light. Too much money, again, like the Elijah Craig for what it is. And this just has no place for us in our drinking rotation because it's just like, it's light. Nobody knows what the fuck it is. Like, it just kind of sits in the back.
Before we go on to our next one,
Kind of
though.
a cool bottle, though. I don't know.
It is a cool bottle. Before we go on to our next one, though, we need to know what everybody's drinking tonight.
Yeah, what's
Did anybody find anything in the back of their cabinet that they're like, ooh, crap, I have this one still? I had no idea.
It's a nice bottle, though.
It is a nice bottle. It has ridges on the bottom, just like Ruffles.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what? Ridges?
Ruffles have ridges.
I know. I've heard the story.
Jeez.
I've heard the story. I'm glad to have Bo is Great here. One of my fellow Pike brothers. Phi Ka. Courtney's a big Pike enthusiast, too. You spent a lot of time with the Pikes.
Yeah, clean up puke.
At Transylvania University. Yeah, nobody ever had to clean up your puke, but you cleaned up a lot of other people's puke.
No, I did, because they're all a big bunch of babies and couldn't handle
Mike
liquor.
D says ELT is great at MSRP. Nothing over that.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
It probably means Elmer T. Lee, right?
Yeah.
ATL. Same thing, though. We all get
That's
it.
your dad's initials.
ELT? Uh-huh. That is my dad's initials.
I know.
Maybe he means my dad would be great at MSRP.
Oh.
Mike B says he's sipping on a Fiddler Georgia Heartwood. Courtney's been to that.
Yeah, I didn't.
You've been to that distillery, haven't you?
Care for that distillery. I mean, it was fine. It's a Georgia distillery. What do you expect? It was all right.
He says 5K, brother.
Hey. All right, what's up next?
I don't have a graphic for that one because you just kind of brought that. But,
oh well, I bring lots of things.
This one was not in the actual back, but it was in the back end of our cabinet. This is the Pursuit United, and this is a very, very special version of the Pursuit United. It is signed by me.
Very important people.
Me and Chris and Becky and probably Courtney somewhere.
Yeah,
on
and
there.
then you just started scribbling
I
shit
just
all
started
over.
scribbling extra names on
So
there.
I'm guessing that this is when we opened the bottle, and then this is what we ended up with after said scribblings. Yes. So.
Who else signed this bitch?
It's you doing a bunch of shit on there.
Hey, there's a Courtney B. Tate on here. Look at that. Wonder what this is.
It's you doing a bunch of drunk shit on there.
Yeah, I was probably just drunk.
Yeah.
I snagged this and just randomly picked it off the rack in Georgia one day because I like the bottle. It was freaking delicious.
I haven't had this in a minute now.
Can't find it in our state, but in the state of Georgia, it's common. And there is another version, I think is an oaked version. It's like blue, where this is brown and copper, I guess. On the label, there's a blue and copper one, which I've really wanted to get my hands on. But
there's a red one.
My problem is that you keep pouring this shit too thick.
That's thick?
Yes.
Oh, you're such a baby.
I have a heart problem.
Oh, stop. So I need to scroll back up. I needed to know what anybody else is drinking tonight.
Corey Dubb says that Yellowstone Select.
Oh, okay.
In the Weber house tonight.
Nice.
I have something, I'm gonna make a reference to that here in just a minute with our next pour. But Yellowstone Select, one that we like, and it's from the great county of
Yellowstone?
Marion County, Kentucky. Lebanon, Kentucky is where Yellowstone's from.
That's Davis County.
At the Limestone
Distillery.
Yeah, there's like another word in there, I think.
Okay.
Let's see. Nobody else said what they were drinking tonight? Are you guys just not drinking?
I just don't care. Ugh.
Bo's Great says he has a samurai sword signed by Randy Jackson. Holy.
Samurai sword.
Also, Blake R. coming in from our East Coast legend right there. State of the Union, what is that? Is that the thing on my TV on mute while I listen to the real State of the Union?
Yeah!
Called the Bourbon Blend with El Commodore Day.
Yes.
Come on, brother!
Sweet.
We love Blake R, man. What a
State
stud
of the
that guy
Bourbon
is.
Union.
State of the Bourbon Union, exactly. All right, let me see.
Oh. Mal, we're gonna get in some fights here. Ruffles used to be the best dip chip.
But
no
no
longer.
longer is as firm as it once was.
Sometimes when you get up in age, it isn't as firm as it used to be, right?
Hey, you gotta laugh on that one.
Wait. So what is the best dip chip then?
OTAG says, trying my
This is
bottle of
important.
Rittenhouse Rye.
This might be what we're talking about next time. This is important stuff.
Best dip chip? We don't want to blow our load now if we're going to do that next time. But
That might be what we go for.
The correct
we might,
answer is...
You know what we need? We need one of those like little bar graphs that shows the votes.
Oh, it's like fighting?
Yeah, like you're fighting.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Cassidy P says he's still drinking the McKenna Bonded.
Oh, that's good.
AU256 said Elijah Craig, small batch for me tonight. First bottle that got me hooked. That is a good, solid bourbon. That's a sign of somebody who knows their bourbon. Raven says, depends on the dip. That is also a good
we're going to have
point.
to table this discussion because we're going to figure out how to have a debate about this.
Table it.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to...
Who are you talking to?
Did you hear something?
I heard the air conditioning.
Oh, it was air conditioning.
This is hotter than balls when we got up here
If somebody
earlier.
comes if somebody comes up these stairs, we got a problem.
No, because we'll be live on air and we'll have lots of witnesses.
We'll describe our assailant.
All I got to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to knock it on this table, and I'm going to cut somebody's throat. I got it figured out.
Whatever. 1792 Bottled and Bond store pick tonight.
Nice.
Is that the yellow top? Does it have the yellow on the
Oh.
neck? I haven't had that in a
Don't
little
remember.
while. That doesn't pop up in my store very often. Let's see. Cassidy Pieces, AA, and JGT. Dealer's choice. What should I imbibe next? Throw something out and I'll
Well, give
do
us
my
your
best.
options because I don't know what you
Oh,
got.
I think he's trying to say whatever you think he ought to drink, he's got it.
Oh, he might. That's true.
Do you have that nutsack single barrel with the extra pubes? The 6-month pube? Do you have that one?
You shouldn't
There
do
she
that.
goes with the coughing.
You should not do that. That is terrible.
Chip says, anyway, Cassidy P, why don't we do...
Oh. How about Bardstown Bourbon?
Yeah, what do you got
pick
from
your favorite.
Bardstown?
Yeah, pick your favorite
Something
one
from Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Yeah.
Let me know what it is. The weirder, the better. Or the more unusual, the better. Chip says, the Kirkland brand Himalayan sea salt chips at Costco defame...
I mean, his name is Chip, so he should get like 2 votes on the chip.
Fair
Right?
point. I hadn't really thought
Yeah.
about it that way.
So, I don't know. We will have to have this. We are tabling this. Don't get all excited about it because we're going to table
Oh, yeah,
it.
they're fucking excited.
And we might...
Let's see. Cassidy Pieces Nutsack single barrel 2022 or 2023.
That's okay.
We can get a laugh on that for sure, man. We also got Madison up in here.
No, it says Maddie. I don't know who that is.
It says, damn, Courtney, dat cough dough. When you were like,
Listen, your dad
Maddie,
is being inappropriate.
look what I got. My old wall. I said earlier that you got me on this shit.
I know.
Mm.
He's so fucking weird.
It's a great way to stay hydrated, and it's also fashionable.
We're going to get you a belt clip for it, Jay.
Bo's Great says, wish I could make it to the Chip Chip Bunker Party. Sounds like some serious booze going to be in play. That is what happened last year. We only had like
Yes.
20 of us. But there's going to be more this year. We're definitely going to drink the shit out of it because that's what we do. We're bunks. At the end of the day, I'm a bunk and you're a bunk.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't been there as long as some other people, but we feel like we've assimilated to some degree. Michael says, not a Costco guy. Does Kirkland have bourbon as they do vodka?
Yes.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. It is.
They do.
I believe it's 1792.
I don't know what it is.
It's Barton, as I recall. It says on the bottle what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Finn says, yes, sir, Yellow Neck on the 1792
Okay,
BIB.
nice.
I haven't drank that in a minute,
It
man.
has been a minute.
You know the last time I drank that? Hold on. The last time I drank that was when Auburn softball was really good. And I would sip on it during the games to kind of get myself interested. Yes.
Does anybody have any BioLite to help Jay with his
I'm
farting?
I got the liquid IV right here.
No, I don't know. Oh, God.
Ravin wants to know when Maddie T
Something
is coming.
die in you?
You telling me that? Ravin wants to know when Maddie T is coming back on the show.
I
Maddie T is
know.
on assignment. She's on a special assignment.
Special assignment in
Yeah.
another state.
And OTAG confirms that the Kirkland bourbon is indeed Barton 1792. All right, I got to finish this bitch. Pursuit United is what I'm drinking right now.
Yep. It's pretty damn good.
I didn't make a graphic for this one, but if you guys live in Georgia or Tennessee, you can find this pretty much everywhere. It's a good one.
We have to finish that this weekend.
It's
Get rid of that
a little
bottle.
expensive. I think this is 60 to 65. 108 proof. No age statement on this bad boy, but I would guess this. Oh, it's sourced from Kentucky, Tennessee, and New York.
2 cute guys run that. company.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I was going to say the same thing. I like this one. That's good. Yeah. Nose is
Okay.
kind of muted, though.
It is definitely muted. That doesn't smell like bourbon.
I would imagine there's a pretty good rye content in that, too. It's not like the Healing Station, but it's got more. I bet you that's got 15 to 20% rye in it or something like that. You can taste it.
Yeah, that's good.
Chip says there's a recent YouTube vid of a sommelier taste testing all Costco liquors.
Oh, wow.
That's an interesting way. That's good content, though, man, if you want to know my opinion. Mike says, I'm with Courtney. Cannot do the Heartwood. That is why it was on the back of the shelf. Next up, 13th Colony Southern Bourbon. I don't even know that one. 13th Colony.
Is that the bottle that looks like the birthday bourbon bottle?
Oh, that's cheating.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, though.
I do know what you're talking about.
I think that might be it, but I can't remember.
Got to stay hydrated.
Gotta stay hydrated.
All right, we're going to go to our secret. You want to go to our secret sauce here, Courtney?
What's our secret sauce? What do you mean?
The one that sits right down yonder.
I thought we were gonna have this too.
I'm not drinking that.
Oh, okay.
Not because I don't like it. It's just like...
This is Davis County. We haven't had this one in a long time. The one that I like that's Davis County is the one that's in the sherry cask.
Yeah, it's like got a red label on it.
That is good.
Yeah, it is good. We only see that in Florida, though. I've never seen it.
What state?
Florida. I've never seen it.
Spell that for me.
Florida. Florida. All right, guys. This is a very special bourbon here. It has not seen the light of day since COVID. This is a Maker's Mark bottle, okay? But this is a VIP. They used to do VIP bottles back in the 80s. And this is a...
Are you okay?
I don't know. This chair is rocking tonight. I don't know what's going on.
That is not the chair.
They used to do something called VIPs. They didn't really do picks back in the 80s. They did a VIP pick. So these were barrels that were selected by Bill Samuels, who was the master distiller at Maker's Mark at the time. And they would privately sell these based on the master distiller's choice, okay? So you didn't really do picks. This is the best you could do.
But back then, this is also during the time when bourbon was kind of dying out, and they were trying to figure out how to sell it.
Trying to figure out a way to market it.
So they're like, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and have this very fancy kind of bourbon that you can get your name on.
So this is a personally selected for ABC Concrete, which it says Jason Tate and Jim Gillis. That is my granddad and my uncle. Two guys
didn't like each other.
Didn't like each other very much, but my uncle liked bourbon and my granddad didn't. So that's kind of
the uncle was his son-in-law.
Married
it wasn't
it,
his. Yeah, it wasn't.
So this is from 1986. I know because the bottom of the bottle says 86 on it. This is 90 proof. I inherited this from my grandma Tate when she passed away in 2005, the day that Tristan Davis bull rushed Ball State. I have this bottle and I have an unopened bottle of this. So let's pour this bitch out and see what happens, man. This has been under wraps. If you don't want to drink this, Courtney, I understand.
I mean, I'll take a sip for Tootsie.
For Tootsie, yeah. I don't know if Tootsie ever had a sip of this, but I bet my granddad did.
She would have had a sip of this when she had a bad cold.
Yeah, when they had a cold or a cough, that's the only time they would drink. This still has like the ATF sticker on this bitch. It just says alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. That's what it says on there. Didn't have a year on it, but I know from the bottom of the bottle it's 86. So, yeah, let's give it a shot. 90 proof. I did make a graphic for this bad boy. The Maker's Mark VIP Gold Edition from the Maker's Mark Distillery in Loretto, Kentucky, which is Marion County. That's where my people are from, and that is also where the aforementioned Yellowstone is distilled now at Limestone Creek, or Limestone, whatever it's called. Loretto is a little bit on the Bardstown side of the county. So
I don't know the answer.
Lebanon is in the middle of the county. Loretto's on the far west side, and then Bardstown is like the next city over. This was selected for ABC Concrete, which is my granddad's company back in the 80s, based out of Versailles, Kentucky, home of the Vincents.
Yes.
And the Woodford County Yellow Jackets, and also home to Woodford Reserve. 90 proof, no age statement, 70% corn, 16% wheat, 14% barley, which is the standard Maker's Mark mash bill. Mm-hmm. And this was bottled in 1986.
Cheers to this one, because this one's a little more significant. And if we don't wake up in the morning, everybody will know why.
I mean, it doesn't really matter that it sits in a bottle this long. It doesn't like help it or anything. So it just probably smells the same as it did in 1986.
Okay, here we go.
I don't really
Scared.
get a lot of a nose on this, though. God, that's really light.
Like, I don't taste any.
It's super light. That's like the Michelob Ultra of bourbon right there. Now, it's 90 proof, to be fair, so even at its most potent, it really wasn't a whole lot of hot.
Oh, well, it lingers. I don't know if that's good or bad, or if it's burning my esophagus and I'm going to have to go to the hospital.
You mean esophagus? Call Me Biscuit says, inherited means JGT grabbed that shit before somebody else in the family grabbed it.
That means before anybody else saw it, right?
I didn't do that. What do you mean? That wasn't mine. I didn't see that.
Good thing is there wasn't many people to fight over.
Cassidy P says, how cool. Last time I saw that was in 2006. Gave it as a gift for a friend's wedding. Yeah, the gold.
Nice.
The gold Maker's Mark, yeah, I'll move this just for a second. That is actually a picture of our bottle right there. The gold is extremely unusual these days. I mean, I think they stopped making the gold. Now, when I was in college at Transy, they made a gold version. That was the higher proof version at the time. They probably discontinued that in the 90s, I would say. So this gold Maker's is very,
well,
very
and
unusual.
the other reason that this is really cool is several of you probably do not know this, but Jay actually worked for the concrete company that this was made for.
I did.
When he first got out of college.
I did. I thought it was
Yes.
going to take over the family company.
Yes, and
But,
instead he's drinking bourbon and getting paid for it.
didn't really-
That's a better deal
It didn't really work.
than being out in 95-degree weather pouring concrete.
I didn't mind that as much. I didn't mind. My granddad was just a tough dude. Jason, as you can see on the name there, Jason Tate. He was a tough hombre. Is that fair to say? He was just rough.
He was rough. Skinny old country boy, but he was rough.
It's weird, man. I don't know how I got fat because, like, my granddad Tate was really thin. My grandma Tate was really thin. Like, she probably weighed 85 pounds.
You got the other side of the family.
Yeah, the Wexlers were a little heavy. Well, my granddad Wexler wasn't fat. He was just like
They were just thicker.
just stout.
thicker.
He was a fighter. He was a boxer back in the
You
day.
got their little short legs.
Yeah, I did. Let's see. Is it true, Ravin asks, that there are bottles of Makers that are completely dipped in wax?
I don't know the answer to that question.
I have seen Maker's
there
Mark
is-
bottles that were they weren't glass or they were something else. It wasn't completely dipped.
There
in
is something about how many drips there are on it and how far down the drips go or something. I don't know that much about it, but that's like something that's allegedly
Cassidy P says Commodore greater than Concrete Baron. Yeah.
true.
We were also doing crack seal. If you ever go down the
Yes.
highway and you see those little like ribbons of black tar, you know, that are like fixing cracks, we were in that business too. Mm-hmm. And I
Jay had a lot of laboring back in the day.
I didn't labor on that one. I was the job seeker and the job bidder, and I was
Yes.
like 1 year out of college with a degree in psychology, and they're like, "Hey man,
You're the smarty here.
go down to Nashville and bid on this fucking job on the interstate." I'm like, "What the fuck are you
interstate?
talking about? I don't know what
we
you're talking about."
gotta pay for police.
So guys, I really enjoy being able to drink that, and you guys sharing that with me because you know I don't know how long this. I'm going to be 86. I mean, I do have another bottle that is not opened of this, which I don't know what I'm going to do with it. What am I going to do with that?
You'll eventually drink it as we're old.
This stuff sells on the internet for what it's worth. Let me go over to this. I got a picture of it. I love it when you're chewing on ice. That's pretty cool.
I have to.
I hope so.
Not to.
This stuff goes for like literally $800 or $900. There's the
Really?
one that's not opened.
Really?
Yeah, these go for $800 or $900
Interesting.
just because they haven't been open since the 80s, and there's some people that really want to drink it. Look at the color on that shit, though.
Yeah.
It looks like it would be like super dark and stuff.
I do love the Maker's Mark symbol. I think it's so cool.
Yeah. I
lot of
forgot
history.
what's that? Star Hill Farm is that
Yeah.
what it's called?
And also, I love that. I can't remember what her name is, but his wife was like, you know what? We need a bottle that's unique, and we need to dip it in wax and make it fancy. And he's like, no, we don't. And she's like, yes, we do. And he's like, okay, we'll do that. And guess what happened? It was fucking popular.
Vince says, I didn't know if there are some completely dipped bottles in the wild or if it was just people going crazy on
true.
the tour.
You can go crazy on the tour, but
is
you're
fair.
going to probably get in trouble for it because your hand, like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you have to wear a glove and shit. Bo's Great says, so Jay likes to fill up a crack.
Moving right along. Do. If we didn't get in trouble, we would play that song a lot on here.
Yeah, we get in copyright trouble. T-Roy says, Troy Car Magnet, that'll get me to stop lurking. You want to do a few photos real quick, Courtney?
Yeah, let's see what
we're here.
What photos we got this week.
Okay, let's see what photos were loaded for us this week, Courtney. The first photo was this one right here. I was just trying to figure out what the fuck was going on here. So is it Taco Bell?
It's Tacobal.
Tacobal? Like, is this
Or
someone
is
who's like really fired up about Taco Bell and they're going to make it their vanity tag?
Or is it Taco Ball?
Tackle Ball?
Taco Ball?
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Or maybe they're part of a tactical group in Ballsack Limestone Zero. Is that possible?
I don't know.
I should have just gotten out and asked them. Just knock on the window. They
I
think
don't
I'm going to
know.
ask them for money, but I just want to know what the fuck's going on with your plate.
Yeah, explain your plate and why
Explain your plate.
why you paid extra for this.
So I don't know, guys. You think that's Taco Bell, right? Bo is great. I want to know.
Why
what
would
you
you
think
pay
about this.
for that? Like, well, now wait a minute. We do have in Montgomery. We have somebody who is a what the hell you call it?
Franchisor?
There you go, of multiple Taco Bells. So that could be possible.
And then
but
there's
they may not be driving a Hyundai Santa Fe Sport that's a little older.
Joey Pearson at Auburn. They know him as Joey Tacos. He owns so many Taco Bell franchises.
Well, there you go.
That guy is an absolute stud, by the way. His tailgate was the funnest tailgate I've ever been to in my life. And I've been to some good ones. Why Not AU had an amazing tailgate. at
Are
Penn
you
State.
okay?
What happened?
Do you need to go see a doctor tomorrow?
Because your chair is creaked, it is not a problem with me.
Oh my God, y'all! What is that? Four times?
Let's see. Chip says it's an anagram for cat blow. Hey, I'm just going to make this up, bro. This is for you.
Is swag, baby. Who is? Oh, crime, preach.
Chip loves that SWAC one right there, so I thought that would do that one. Colin Biscuit says Maker's Mark could bring back the gold bottle and charge a premium.
True.
They could, but they were bitching like this is before COVID. A couple years before COVID, they were bitching that they were running out of high proof stuff. And so I don't know. They were trying to make it sound like they were going to run out of stock, but they didn't.
I don't know.
I think it's bullshit, man. I don't know. Whatever. AU256 says can't hide money, AA.
True.
Got you. All right, next picture. This is something that we enjoyed today. Cousins in
that.
Maine Lobster.
Look at that shit right
They
there.
sell lobster food wares, as we say.
It's a food truck, and
It's
it
a
was
food
in our
truck.
neighborhood. And I got the, I think it's called the Connecticut roll. It's warm with butter all over it. Delicioso.
By the way, this is not a stock photo gotten off the internet.
This was in front of my
Snatched off the
plate
internet.
tonight. This
That
is
is
what
exactly
I had.
the one that Courtney ate right there. So,
It was delicioso.
did it leave you satisfied and good?
Yes.
I know you're
I
satisfied,
love-
JG, but
I
are
love
you good?
lobster. I love lobster. And one of these days, I'm going to be really inhumane and do lobster races at our house. So
AU256 says sounds like JG had Taco Bell.
it
for
does
dinner."
sound like that. I don't think the lobsters made you fart.
I
What'd
didn't
you have
fart.
for
The
lunch?
chairs are creaky.
Did you eat at Auburn today?
Yeah.
What did you have? Did you have Mexican?
Voodoo.
No.
Got to hang out with Michael and Jan today.
That's right.
Let's see. Michael says that looks disgusting. Oh my gosh, Courtney.
Why would that look disgusting?
amazing.
Do you not like lobster?
Bo's Great says Hornatius loves sloppy tacos, but it's not him. His wife has Bama personalized plates put on all their treats. Got him! I love it when we shit on Hornatius and him being a cuck. Blake R says hot is Connecticut style and
Okay.
cold is Maine
There you
style.
go. Okay, so that's what I got.
And-
I wasn't sure about the cold style.
And of course, Blake is going to be the guy to know that because
Yes.
he's from that area. Well, he's from the East Coast.
Oh, it was delicioso. So this was a Shark Tank company.
Yes.
I don't
It's
know
been a
what year it
minute,
was.
10 years ago.
10 years ago? Yeah. But they were in our neighborhood tonight, and they also have an app, so I did a little pre-order, and all I did was walk up past the whole line and get it from the food truck, and people were pissed off because they didn't know You could order it on the app. I'm like, go ahead and order on the app, and then you'll be ready. Nice.
Yeah, they made a pitch on Shark Tank, and Barbara, who's a legend,
baller.
She ended up making a deal with them.
Barbara Court.
So they're going to do they do it's all food trucks for them.
Yes.
And the dude that runs in our neighborhood, or whatever comes to our neighborhood, has a zone from here to Birmingham to Chattanooga, you said?
Chattanooga, and I think it might have even been Knoxville.
Okay, so they have
Yeah.
zones or whatever. EU256 says, food trucks are either going to be amazing or put you down for days, no in between.
That is true. That is true.
I'm
100%.
a little gassy tonight, 256, but I feel good though. So
It's not that.
It's all good. Let's move on to the next photo. I don't even know what we're looking at here. Oh, we already saw that one.
Look at it. Who is that?
Look at
bitch?
this. So me and Courtney, we went on our very first date, our first official date.
Yes.
March 4th, 1992. We went to Logan's Roadhouse as part of
Lexington, Kentucky.
In Lexington, Kentucky, on Broadway there. On
It's now a
South
car wash.
Broadway. It is a car wash now. It's gone. But it was a Coyote Tridel grab-a-date.
Yes, it was, and I grabbed this piece of meat right here.
Yes, and we went with 2 other people, so it was like a
Double date.
double date, so there wasn't a lot of pressure because we had just kind of gotten going. And we went to Logan's and had a great time. I think you got drunk as shit, as I recall.
I got really drunk because I was nervous because Jay was busy flirting with the other girl, but that's That's all right. I'm not butthurt.
There's a reason for that. There's a whole backstory.
Blah 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 blah.
When I
blah.
started
that's
mapping-
okay. It's all right. I'm not hurt about it.
I know you're not.
So anyway, we went on this date. So each year now, we try to go up. There's a Logan's in Prattville. So on March 4th, we go to Logan's in Prattville and have ourselves a dinner. And this year we had a photographer who was Maddie Tate.
Our daughter, yes.
And then Jay done the tweet about it. And guess what? Old Logan's Roadhouse answered Jay today.
I know they did.
Look at that.
They said this is the cutest story you've heard. And then they sent me a DM and said, "Hey, we'd like to."
Yeah, what's
Basically
your address?
hook
We'd
you
like
up.
to send you a little something. I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, free appetizer!
It's only,
We get a coupon for a free appetizer.
I mean, Logan's really is kind of a fun time for us. Like, it just reminds
It's
me.
just
of
fun.
good
We
times,
don't
you
drink
know.
beer generally either, but that night we're going to drink some beer.
I know one of my friends, I don't want to name any names, Corey, was like, "Yo, are you drinking beer, bro?"
I know,
was like,
we had to drink beer there. You don't get bourbon
like,
at
don't-
freaking Logan's.
Don't judge me. He wasn't judging me, actually. I was just fucking around. But
I forgot. What did you have?
Colin Biscuit says, "Wait, is JGT drinking a beer in Logan's photo?"
Yes.
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 I had a Modelo, and Courtney had a Shock Top. I think somebody called that out.
Yes.
It was a Raven.
Yes, I have a Shock Top. If there's a Blue Moon or a Shock Top on draft, I'm going to have it. I do not like them from the bottle, but if they're on draft, I'm going to have them. They are delicious.
Michael A. says, flatulence in the Middle East is a sign of complete satisfaction with the meal.
So you like our meal right here? He likes our fruit. Wasn't Michael the one that was talking about this being fruit?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that was a different one.
Anyway, somebody was saying that this was fruit, so Jay is enjoying his vegetarian fruit dinner.
Yeah, I am. I'm a vegetarian.
So I'm excited to see. We will share with you what Logan sends us. I'm imagining it's a coupon for free appetizer. Dessert. Dessert.
My guess is that it's something better than that.
No, I think we're getting dessert or appetizer.
No, I think we're going to get a gift card for $32 for 32 years together.
Oh.
That's what I think we're
good.
getting.
That might be good. Anyway, we will keep you up to date. I'm going to be so excited about this. But the only reason I know that we got this is because Jay has like 22,000 followers on Twitter. So they're like, hey, we're gonna rake this one in
That
here.
was fun, man.
It is fun. We enjoy going. And as you can tell, it was a bad hair day because it was raining and all that.
Yeah, it was kind of wet,
Yeah,
but
it was wet.
you know,
People say as you get older and you've been together a long time, you start to look alike. We kind of do look a little alike.
I do not. You look like a girl and I look like a guy.
No, but look at our noses. Like our noses are very similar.
How would my nose morph into your nose?
Anyway. So that was fun.
What's your biggest memory of our first date, Courtney?
Getting into the Mustang convertible that you got to take us home, and I left my ankle outside of the car and tried to close the door. Yeah, it didn't go so well.
I remember how beautiful you looked. Mike B says, as long as it's not Coors Light, that is like making love in a canoe.
Fucking close to water.
Courtney.
He
Why
said
you say that
fucking.
word? Don't say fuck. Don't say fuck.
Okay, I won't say fuck.
I get in trouble.
I said fucking.
You don't know shit about fuck. Also, Michael thinks Modelo Negro.
Is that what did you have? I forgot.
It was just regular Modelo.
Oh,
I would have
okay.
had Negro Modelo if they had it, but it
yeah.
was regular Modelo. And I like that, for real. Let's see. Cassidy Pieces, your nose is morphed because you're smelling those same nips from JGT. Duh.
Those rips tonight are, y'all, I don't know what's going on. Thank God there's not smell-o-vision, like, because they would be
Whatever. That's
offended.
bullshit. Anyway, that was fun.
It was fun.
My biggest memory from our first date is how pretty you looked. I was so smitten.
You are so full of shit. You were not.
You
were not smitten with me on the first date. No.
Technically, our first
No.
date wasn't until Thunderheart, and at that point, I
Oh,
was
now
smitten.
that date you were smitten
That
because
was
you
our
were
first
really
actual
cute.
date,
You were
though.
cute. This is back in the day when he had to go. He went and bought the movie tickets
Nobody,
prior to the
nobody
date.
Cares.
It was
Nobody
so
cares.
cute.
Nobody
Y'all
cares.
got on and they're
Nobody
like
cares.
sitting right there. That's so sweet.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
And
All right.
yes, we did go to Olive Garden.
Well, back then I was poor.
Yes.
This was an interesting graphic that I saw. I just shamelessly stole this off a website. The number of barrels aging in the state of Kentucky. So at the low point there in 2000, it was like, 3 million-ish barrels, between 3 and 4. And now it's up between 12 and 13.
Isn't that crazy?
Dude, seriously, I know enough from being on Wall Street bets. This is going to be, this bubble's going to burst.
This isn't going to end well.
This is a nut that's going to pop, I'm telling you. Corey says, what movie?
We saw Thunderheart
Thunderheart.
with don't tell me his name.
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, Native American.
No, that's not him.
Yes.
He's not Native American.
Yes, he is.
Okay, whatever. He's not, but whatever.
No, not him.
Yeah, there's the star of the movie right here.
No.
I want to see when it was released.
Oh, it is Val Kilmer. Oh, don't show a recent Val Kilmer picture.
Ah, look at the date. It was released on April 3, 1992, and we saw it on the first freaking night.
Yes, so
Or the first
Val
weekend.
Kilmer, nobody needs to look at a current picture of him because if you saw the second Top Gun Maverick, you saw him and you already knew things weren't good. But,
He's still with us.
yeah.
So there's a timeline for Jay and Courtney. So we go on our first date together, I guess.
That was a grab a date. That
was a
was
grab a
like,
date.
hey, who are you going to take? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take that douche over there with what'd you have? The Grateful Dead bears on his backpack. I'll take him.
Whatever, that's bullshit. So the timeline is that. So March 4th, we go on that.
Correct.
I end up going on a trip to
And
Chicago.
spring break was right after that.
I went
yeah.
up to Northwestern University with the Pikes for that. Came back, so we go on this date on April 4th. And by the time we get to the LA riots, which I believe start on the 29th of April,
Jay was locked in.
well, I was 100% locked in by that time. So April of 92 was like when we
Was
went.
it? Yeah. That's when we watched Days of Our Lives on my black and white TV with the antennas that had aluminum foil on the end so we could get the 3 stations.
That is actually true. That actually happened.
I bought that at a yard sale. I was so excited to have a TV of my own because my parents would not let me have a TV in my bedroom as a kid.
Chip says, what happens when some of these distilleries with a bunch of storage go under? Someone buy up their stock. I think that may happen,
exactly what
brother. Let me
happens.
get back to the photos here.
It's kind of like when Prohibition hit and all Forster's like, shit, we don't have enough. We got to go buy somebody else's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
I think this is part of the reason why MGP is starting to acquire their own brands. They got Penelope, for instance, somewhat recently, so that they don't have to play this game too much longer. They've got their own business to kind of worry about because I think at some point the sourcing game is going to be less fruitful than it's been, right?
So why don't you talk a little bit about their news in the last 24 hours?
Yeah, MGP is getting sued right now. They came to some agreements with particularly a community that's between Cincinnati and Louisville called Williamstown.
Williamsburg? No.
Williams something?
Okay.
Williams.
Yeah, what is it?
Look at the girl, Mary. The girl that worked for Kyle all those years.
Mary Lee?
Mary Lee, not Chance, but Mary Lee. Yeah, Mary Lee Chance.
Yeah, Mary Lee Chance.
Not Mary Lee Clay.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Lee Chance is from the area. Anyway, they agreed to go in partnership and build some warehouses for MGP because MGP is right across the water in Indiana from Kentucky. they got tons of shit. I mean, they're sourcing all this bourbon for these people. They need more space for warehouses. Williamsburg said they would do it. Now they're reneging on it, and they're saying our people here don't want to have a bunch of fucking warehouses in their neighborhood. And now, like, MGP wants to sue them for breach of contract, saying you guys said we could build shit here, now we can't build it.
I mean, I am surprised that they're building in Kentucky. I mean, why not build in your backyard over
Colin
there?
Biscuit says 3 times as many barrels as people in Kentucky. That's
That
right.
is
Courtney
correct.
loves that stat too.
I do love that stat.
Every human being in Kentucky would get 3 barrels each, which is what, 250 bottles?
Thank God they're not in Alabama because all the frozen embryos would have to have one. Anyway, moving right along.
What damn Steve says just had a 30-minute work call. What did I miss? We're just drinking, bro.
We're drinking.
We're just drinking.
We're drinking.
Yeah,
and
that's
talking
all.
about Jay farting. So
But I just love these bourbon barrels. There's so many, and this guys, it's gonna pop, man.
it will pop. And
not-
I would like to be on the receiving end of when it pops. It'd be like a bourbon bukkake.
What did you say? Did you say a bourbon bukkake? The ancient art of bukkake? We're gonna get banned on YouTube, man. Seriously, we're gonna get like that red line shit. Ravin says Kentucky will start putting rick houses on top of other buildings.
That is true, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be like an archipelago where it's like back in The Sims where you put it like 55 million feet high. Let's see. Blake says Val was greatest as Tom in Top Gun. He was Iceman in the original one.
Ice man.
Yeah, that's it right there. Let's see. I think Corey said earlier you can't imagine Val Kilmer as anything other than Doc Holliday from the movie Tombstone.
I am sorry. Val Kilmer is only the volleyball scene to me. That's all he is my entire life. Even when I saw him in Top Gun Maverick, I was like, that's the same guy that was on
You know
that
what's
beach.
interesting to me? I am so old that Val Kilmer, when I think of him, the first thing is Real Genius.
I know I was going to say Real
And
Genius.
the second
for
is
you.
The Doors. He played Jim Morrison in The Doors,
Oh.
which I went to the movie in Lexington in the movie theater, and I was fucked up. And that was
Wow.
really enjoyable when he was fucked up like that.
I did not know
And
that.
he was fucked up, and I was fucked up, and we were all kind of fucked up together.
Speaking of that, we still need to find out about the planetarium in Montgomery.
Are they going to do Dark Side of the Moon?
I hope they do
'Cause
something,
If so,
and
I'm
we
going to do
need to-
2 gummies, and we're going, bro. Cassie DP says, Bourbon Bukkake. Holy moly, count me in, though.
Exactly.
And Michael just says, Courtney!
You never know what's going to come out of my mouth.
I'm surprised more people didn't pick up on that. Chip Chip drop date reported. We're going to get red banded. The Bourbon
I know.
Bukkake.
It is an ancient art.
Yeah, it traces all the way back to 1985. Let's see. Tombstone is great, but it's the teeth chomp.
That is true. Tombstone.
I mean, Tombstone was good. I enjoyed
I don't
it.
remember.
At the time, you guys are too young to remember this, but Tombstone came out about the same time as a movie called Wyatt Earp. It was
Oh, it sure did.
Yeah, and it was like Tombstone was like the Disney version, and Wyatt Earp was trying to be serious, but I like Tombstone a lot better.
Oh, look at Raven. So I will tell you, when Top Gun came out, the original Top Gun, I got my Tiger Beat and I cut out all the little pictures
Oh my God.
of all of them, and I
Did
had
you
them
really?
taped to the mirror inside my closet. Yes, and then I had the big poster of Tom sitting up in the airplane going, you know, when he comes back.
Hey,
yes.
I feel the need.
Oh,
The need.
Need for Speed. Yeah.
Cassidy Pieces Bourbon Seppuku. Do you know what that is?
I'm going to have to research that. I'll get back to you.
I think that's
Intern.
I think that's when you cut your guts out.
Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Tori always has a great question. Which Top Gun was better,
Old.
old or remake?
Old.
In my opinion, both were
Old.
fantastic. Hard to say.
Beach scene, nothing compared to the volleyball scene, sorry.
Playing with the Boys, I believe was the song.
Playing with the boys.
I think I saw Top Gun at least 3
Come
times.
up with a way.
I was such a simp back then. I used to go to Top Gun to watch it with girls, and they were all like fawning over the guys. And I was
Well, my lord, who wouldn't be?
stunned. Such a simp.
That was like the first movie I've ever been like, oh my God, they're hot. Like, I didn't recognize that beforehand. Now, risky business. That was fun.
The first time
cute.
that happened to me was when I was at a Kyle formal.
Let's pull up that graphic of the bourbon barrels, Jay.
Sure. How about that?
How about that?
A lot of barrels.
Wait, move our little picture because I need to see the years. So between 15 and 20, what is that supposed to be, 23, I guess?
Yeah, what are we going
Okay.
from like 5 million
5
to
million
like
to,
coming up on 13 million?
that's impressive.
That's a lot of
That's a
bourbon
lot
aging
of barrels.
out there, you guys.
A lot of barrels.
How about that? I don't know why we had to go back to that, Courtney. It was fine. It
I was trying to,
was before you were even in there.
whatever. All right, was there any other things that we had to try tonight?
Yeah.
I think we're done
No,
with that.
not trying shit.
Oh, we do have we got to come up with a name for this, and we will ask for names
It
for
needs
this.
to be, yeah, it's the last little piece.
It's our last little piece where it's something that we're supposed to debate together, I guess,
Yeah,
or
Courtney's,
discuss together
Courtney's
as a group.
debatable bukkake.
I'm not talking about bukkake.
Well, it's debating bukkake. Well,
We're not
debating
debating bukkake because there's not a lot
It's
to
very, if you think about it, like bukkake is very egalitarian.
Okay, so
Everybody's got a fair shot.
that is disgusting. Okay. I threw
Okay,
you all nuggets.
you want to go to it right now?
Okay, so we have a very important question we need some feedback on here. So some concerts.
Let's see, Michael A says Courtney seems to like the tidy whities. She does not like those at all. Oh, you're talking about, but those guys in Top Gun were wearing
No, I'm talking about, Risky Business. That's the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. He needed to wear boxers, for sure.
Oh, he's still cute, though. He's crazy as hell, but he is so cute.
I don't understand what's going on here. Call Me Biscuit says, JGT, I must have been in the same theater first time I saw Top Gun. Are you talking about how you're a simp and just going with girls to see if you can kind of get some... I better not finish that sentence right now. We're already in trouble. Cassidy P says, debatable bukkake reminds me of a noise band I saw 15 years ago.
Probably pretty quiet, though. Probably was not that loud.
Oh, my God. Let's see. Ward M. Steve says, JG with the one-liners tonight. Thank you, Ward M. Steve. I'm glad that you're finding some enjoyment out of this. Courtney said, hey, for our last little bit here, why don't we just do concerts we have been to and ones we want to go to?
Okay, so I will say on the ones we want to see that Jay is like 4 of the 6 there.
Well, you wouldn't give me any input.
You were sitting over there just typing away and didn't even ask my
All right,
input.
so we're going to start on want to see.
Okay, so ones that we've seen Steel Panther together
4 times.
4
yeah.
times.
Mm-hmm. Most recently 2 weeks ago.
Rush, I've seen with you twice.
You're right, I saw it one time before you got into college.
Yes.
Well, when you were a freshman. Before
I saw
met you.
Weezer in Atlanta.
Yeah, Maddie. We took Maddie to that.
Took Maddie to
She
that.
fell asleep during Comfortably Numb, which
Cheap Trick for You is before my time.
you guys in high school. Yeah.
Yes. So if we're going to talk about before my time, before we were together, I saw Michael Jackson in '88 in the amazing
Wow.
Freedom Hall.
Amazing.
Which is now like the livestock arena. That's the only thing they use there now. And I saw Milli Vanilli in 1990.
Girl, you know it's true.
Do-do-do-do.
Let
Ooh,
me
ooh,
go
ooh,
on you.
Yes, they were great. I had a really good time
That's
at that
called
concert.
Girl, You Know It's Goo.
Yes.
That song's called.
One Direction I saw, but Jay did not see, with Maddie and her little friend. And that was the most epic meltdown I've ever had in my entire life.
Unbelievable.
Jay wasn't even with me, but I was
Nope.
driving in Atlanta traffic and I missed the exit. And then we were late to the concert and I had an epic meltdown in front of children.
I'm glad
It
I
was
wasn't there. It's during
wonderful.
football season, so I had other shit going on. And then we saw Panic at the Disco in 2016.
Yes,
on
New
accident.
Year's Eve.
On
New
accident.
Year's Eve.
We were in New Orleans for the bowl
Yes.
game, and we just stumbled upon.
That
Panic-
was the New Year's Eve live
Yeah.
with whomever.
It was the Rockin' Eve or whatever.
Rockin' Eve. Yeah, whatever it was.
So they had Panic at the Disco, Jason Derulo, and
Derulo.
And then we saw Lucy Hale, who I
yeah.
didn't know who the fuck she was. She's hot as shit.
Yeah.
She's like 5'1", but she has some big titties. Yeah. So that's what PATD
Yeah,
is.
so those are the ones that we've seen. I was denied going to see REM in '89 by my mom.
That
She
is
wouldn't
so
let me go
sad.
to Lexington because it was like 60 miles away on a bus with some kids. She wouldn't let me go, and so I'm still devastated and hurt about that.
I was supposed to go to the US Festival in '83, and we had tickets. Everything was set up. I had a friend of mine whose mom was going to take us, and my mom fucking put her foot down and said, "I don't know who she." Like, there was no internet back then, so like
Yeah.
she didn't know the band. She thought I was going to see like some acid rock or something. She called it acid rock. Acid rock. It was Scorpions, Van Halen, Motley Crue,
I mean,
fucking Berlin. I mean, it was
you
like.
can kind of.
I mean, it was
At
in
the
San
time,
Bern-
you didn't know what you were going to
It
get.
was in San Bernardino, so that was probably a couple hours from where we were at.
Nice.
But I'm for.
So let's see over here what folks have seen. So scroll back down.
Yeah, let me.
We got some good feedback here.
8256 says no Taylor Swift on the want to see.
I would see Taylor Swift if tickets came easily to me. That's what I
You
would
like
say.
anything that comes easily, right? Corey W says want to see REO Speedwagon April 2nd. He's gonna go see them, I guess. He's gonna take it on the run. But it's gonna be one lonely night, brother. Chip says 80s, 90s Madonna. Yes, current GTFO.
Oh, come on.
No, I understand. When she told me she's basically gonna make me go see Madonna because I'm such a
Well,
cock, but
possibly. I don't know that I want to pay for that. I want to go see Pink desperately, but those tickets are ridiculous.
Otag says I didn't know that Queens of the Stone Age was still around. Man, fuck you.
Jay didn't either, but that's okay.
I did know that. The dude in line was like, "Oh yeah, we saw Queens like
Yes.
a couple months ago." I was
Hey,
like,
they are subscribers to the Bourbon Blend now. Thank you.
"Oh yeah, it's Rick and Rebecca.
Yes.
They're awesome. I like them." Yeah, I would really want to see Queens of the Stone Age. Actually, that's our picture right here. That's Josh Homme, the lead singer and lead guitarist for Queens of the Stone Age.
That would be one I would go to because I love my husband.
But everybody there fucks though. Like, it's a fact. It's a scientific fact. Raven says saw Panic at the Disco in like '08 with all the original members. It's like one guy, and then like Brandon. It's basically him, and it's Brandon and Brandon.
Brandon.
No, I know what you're talking about, bro. I know that. No. Actually, I think they opened for. No, they didn't open for Weezer. Angels and Airwaves opened for Weezer, but they were going to be there like the next week or something like that. Blake R is over here talking about Kenny G. I'm a sucker for the saxophone, so no hating on Kenny G.
Listen, Kenny G can get any lady in the SAG.
I'm
just saying
I
that
have
Kenny,
actually
well,
matched you to Kenny
playing
G.
Kenny G can get any lady in the SAG. I mean, 90%
I
of
have
the time.
actually matched you to Kenny G.
Yes,
It's
and
been a long
Enya.
time.
Enya,
And
that's who Enya.
You do what you got to do. Michael says JGT spring the Bucks to send Courtney to see Pink.
I know, but see, I get so
I
mad.
would send her to see Pink.
I am so, well, here's the thing. I'm so frustrated about it because all the tickets are already secondary, right? So you know somebody's like just gobbled them up and you're paying somebody else the money. So it pisses me off in that regard. Pink's not even getting the money for it. So that's the thing. But Pink will be in Birmingham and in Atlanta.
Damn. How about that? Corey says he's going to see Creed, Three Doors Down, and Daughtry.
Really? They're all
Tampa.
alive?
Live? Alive?
Alive is what I said.
Colin Biscuit says, how did you avoid Miley Cyrus with the age of Maddie?
We saw One Direction. That was the Maddie concert.
Yeah, and you also got...
And that was also the same night
5
Maddie
Seconds
goes,
of Summer, too.
they are never going to break up. And I was like, Maddie, all these bands break up. They get too hot and too famous and they get break up. And she's like, they're never going to break up.
Chip says, I skipped Queen's opening for Ween. I know Chip's a big Ween fan. And actually, I like some of their stuff. At House of Blues in New Orleans, we had no idea who Queens were. Big regret. Yeah.
Regret.
Well, that's no regrets. So yeah, for me, it's Queens of the Stone Age, Rage Against the Machine, which I don't necessarily. I just wish I was at Woodstock '99, honestly. Pink Floyd, they're probably over the hill now, but I wish I had seen them in the '90s.
Yeah.
Chromeo.
That's a J right there. Chromeos.
I love Chromeo.
Oh, that
I
is
love
totally a
Chromeo
J
so
thing.
much, dude. Chromeo and Steel Panther, I listen to more than anything at this point. The Killers.
Killers would be one I would.
I love the
to.
Killers. They're kind of cheesy. They're very Duran Duran-y, but
That's a good, yeah.
but they're
that's
good,
true.
man. I could sing a lot of their songs, and it seems like the bitches like them too. Like Mr. Brightside will get a girl like ready to go. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing. We're going to Vegas hopefully in November. And if we go there, whatever is being played, we are going to go see.
In the Sphere or whatever.
Well,
yeah, I don't give a fuck at all.
yeah.
I'll go. Let's just go. Get some gummies though. Cassidy Pieces, I know it's not a favorite JGT, but we're traveling to see multiple Pearl Jam shows.
That's awesome. Good
Yeah,
for you.
I respect the hell out of them, man.
Yes.
I don't necessarily dig their music for whatever reason, but those guys rock, and they do it the right way, man. I was lucky enough to meet John Chaney, the former Temple coach, because his friend Ben Jobe lived here in town, and Ben knew me and Baggy, Josh Moon. And he knew I loved John Chaney, so he told Baggy, he said, hey, man, John Chaney's coming. Tell your friend that he can come over and see him. So anyway, I got to meet John Chaney. And I asked John Chaney about music because he loved music. This is probably 15 years ago, I guess, over by ASU. And he said he loved Bono. John Chaney loved Bono. And I said, why the fuck do you love Bono? And he goes, because he takes his platform that he has earned and he does positive shit with it.
Ooh.
And he changes the world in a positive way.
Okay.
John fucking Chaney, man. So
right.
Pearl Jam, in my opinion, do the same thing. I think they take their status, their platform, and they do good with it. So God bless Pearl Jam. Even though Life Wasted is the only song I like by them. Call Me Biscuit says, I wish I would have seen Prince. Yeah, no shit, man. Golly, what a loss that is, huh?
Oh,
man.
That is one that I think everybody wishes they'd seen.
So
he
good,
was
man. So
amazing.
good. Ravin says, saw Live and Luda. I don't know Luda. When they came to AU for concerts, was crap at 311 canceled.
Oh. Is this when you tell your story about getting somebody to Transylvania?
Wait, hold on. Live, like the group from York, Pennsylvania with Ed Kowalczyk, like I Alone and all that stuff. They're pretty good, dude. Yes, in 1991, I was on the Student Activities Board at Transylvania University, and we had come to an informal agreement to get fucking Chili Peppers to play at Transy. They were going to play on the soccer field. We needed space.
Because nobody knew who the fuck.
No. They were known.
But they weren't. They weren't what
Under
they
the
are.
Bridge and all that shit hadn't come out yet. Mother's Milk had come out. Like Higher Ground was probably their best known song, which is a Stevie Wonder cover. But we had gotten essentially a deal in place. I'd gotten a price. We were going to be able to pay it. Everything was Gucci. We were going to get fucking Chili Peppers to play at Transylvania in 91. And the soccer coach would not allow us to use the soccer field because he said we're going to fuck it up. It would have been one of the greatest things that had ever happened at Transylvania.
Funny thing is that it was also the field hockey field.
Yeah, it sure was.
And Coach Deacon would have been like, all right, as long as you put the divots back.
It was in the spring, so there wasn't
I mean, first of all,
hockey.
That field sucked ass anyway, so there was no reason for anybody to worry about it. Anyway.
I quit SAB. I resigned and I never went back, and I never did another SAB
Scroll back up.
the rest of my fucking life. I was so pissed about that. Lightning Crashes. Ravin says, yes, that live. I kind of liked them. They were good.
Scroll up, there was something else over it.
Lon Chaney. Lon Chaney. I was Lon Chaney's lover. Chip Chip saw Prince at the Mobile Civic Center in 97.
Jealous.
So you would have heard Cream get on top. You would have heard 23 positions in a 7-week span. That is good shit right there, Chip Chip. Cassidy Pieces, JGT, you still have to listen to the Inside Job off the same album. I just know it looks like an avocado, I guess. Help me a lot through a shared bad time. We can talk more at the Atlanta event. All right, Inside Job. Write that one down, Secretary.
I am not the secretary.
Administrative assistant.
Thank you. Please give me the appropriate title.
Wait, hold on. So Blake was riffing off something that Ravin said earlier. That would suck, but I like 311 too. Okay, there you go. So 311 is a group that you kind of like. You love the song Amber. I know you like the song Amber. I know, man.
I love that song. I love that song. I don't know why I love that song, but I love that song.
I like Beautiful Disaster.
Hey, we saw Hootie and the Blowfish in
We
Montgomery.
You're so right.
We did. I forgot about that. That was the first time we ever left our child alone. Well, we left our child at home with a babysitter. So it had to have been, she was born in 02, so this had to be
04, 05.
04? No, it was 04. Yeah, and it was really nice because they just built the amphitheater downtown.
Yeah.
On the water.
Floating amphitheater.
And it was really nice. We had a really great time. And now he's singing country music, but whatever.
No, I think he's back to playing like regular shit.
Okay, that's the 5th fart tonight.
Blake R. agrees with you, Courtney. He says Amber is their top song.
I love that
There's
song.
there's a version from Red Rocks. That's a live version. No, that's the one I usually play for you. I put it on that compact disc.
That is a great. Oh yeah. I love that. That's a song that like always gets me in a good mood, and I don't know why. It just does. There's certain songs every so often that just hit in a certain way. That's one for me.
That is not one I would have picked, but it is definitely
It is
one.
for me.
I know,
Like,
I know. You've loved it from the beginning,
Yes.
but it just seems like a weird song. Mike B says, I saw The Who in Cincinnati in 1979. Whoa, this shit got crazy there, didn't it? This concert changed the way tickets are sold today. Oh my God, he saw Stevie Ray Vaughan. In 89?
Oh wow.
The Who concert in Cincinnati, was that the one where the people died? The one where they got trampled? I think it was The Who in Cincinnati, yeah. And Stevie Ray Vaughan died in a helicopter accident in 1990. Absolutely amazing guitarist. The song Pride and Joy from Montreux, he played it in Montreux several times, but in 82. The way that he can play lead and rhythm at the same time on the same guitar is fucking insane. What are you writing down there?
I'm writing down something that Chip said.
Oh, word.
Why do I have to dictate to you what I'm writing down?
Oh, no, you're the secretary. I got you.
I am not a secretary.
Let's see. Yeah, Chip says the Molly Ringwalds, 80s cover band, are playing Avondale in Birmingham soon. Are they rowdy? Are they rowdy like the Velcro Pygmies are? Because I've heard of the Molly Ringwalds, but I haven't actually seen them, or I'm not familiar exactly with what's going on there. Cassidy P says, drank a shitload of beers with Sister Hazel at Brothers in Jacksonville when I was in high school. Fun environment and lots of fun music back in the 90s. Sister Hazel was All For You, maybe? It's all for you. Those guys probably get laid a lot. Probably pretty big with the women. Let's see. Warren Amistiz's greatest concert moment is Garth singing Calling Baton Rouge in Death Valley.
Interesting.
And Mike B says, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Life Without You, give it a listen. I guess he's talking about his girl. I forgot her name now. What was the name of his guitar? He named his guitar after his favorite girl.
I can't answer.
But I cannot remember. Well, his favorite guitar, I guess, was number one, but he also had one that was named after a girl. I forgot the name. Coley Biscuit says, Cassidy P, did you throw peanuts on the floor? I drank a few cold ones at Brothers Barb. Brother went to Jacksonville State? Mm-hmm. For like 8 years. Interesting.
8 years. I like that. There's a lot of people that go to college for 8 years.
Tony Finn did say Stevie Ray Live, Austin City Limits is where to go, JGT. Okay, fair enough. I don't know if there's a wrong place to go for Stevie Ray, but yeah, I got you. All For You and Champagne High. I don't know Champagne High. Sounds like a school. That was a great idea, Courtney, for your concerts, your little bukkake of ideas there at the end. That's good stuff.
And you know what's coming up next week? We're going to have like the chip off.
What does that mean?
A chip off.
What is
We
all
gotta
this
have-
bullshit?
Listen, this is what I have to do. So those of us that live in the corporate world, you have to pretend you're taking notes and then you draw pictures and you draw arrows and you do all that while you're doing it. I always have to doodle when I'm writing as well.
Michael says Molly Ringwald is cute. Molly Ringwald was in a show somewhat recently.
Fuck, what was
yeah,
it? We
we're
watched
watching
it.
it. She was like a therapist in it.
Oh, God, what was
She
it?
still looks great, I think.
Yeah, she had that voice. That was how you knew who it was.
Corey W says Dirk Diggler singing, "You got the
touch.
touch."
No. You got the touch.
You got the power.
That is excellent.
Lenny. That's exactly right. Lenny was the SRV song about his wife. Yes. Lenny, and that was his backup guitar. Number one was his main guitar, but he also had a guitar called Lenny. And he makes a reference to Lenny in the song Pride and Joy. Are you?
Yawning, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Are you about ready to bounce?
About that time.
Getting to be about that time?
It's about that time, Jim.
Cassidy B says, whoa, call me Biscuit. I never threw stuff, but had a lot of fun. My high school wasn't far, so we had a lot of fun at college bars. That's what I'm talking about right there.
That's fun.
And also, OTAG saw Bloodhound Gang at 5 Points in Birmingham around 99. Fun time. Bloodhound Gang will be fun. That'd be pretty rowdy, I would think.
I don't know nothing about that
Yeah,
one.
you probably don't. You like Celine Dion and shit like that. All right, you think we got to wrap it up about there, Courtney?
I think it's about that time.
Well, that was a good bukkake there at the end. A bukkake of ideas. I don't know.
Yes.
We need to come up with a name for that.
We'll have to do it like Court's Corner or something.
Ooh, Michael A. says the last thing of Boogie Nights was a classic.
Yes.
I'm a star, I'm a star, I'm a
star.
star. I'm a big, bright, shining star.
Yes, and that prosthetic was impressive.
When we watched that in the theater,
I
there were
was like,
girls screaming.
oh my God.
They're like, oh my God!
And then we couldn't see it for like months until it came out on VHS.
Yeah, it was VHS. Dude, that is, to this day, that's my number one movie of all time. I can't find, I've never seen a movie that's better than that. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, Courtney likes it but doesn't love it.
I like it much better than I used to. Same with Napoleon Dynamite. I like that
Ravin
better.
says breadstick. Absolutely.
Breadstick.
It's not a bourbon blend without a breadstick shot. And there she is. There she is, administrative assistant in all her glory, chowing down on some cold-ass pasta with some half-eaten breadsticks, and she couldn't be happier. Even has some food in her hair, it looks like. And it looks like a bib you're wearing there, although it's not a bib. But it looks like it in this angle. You look so happy, Courtney. You're just stoked.
I look like I just need to put food in my mouth and go to bed.
That's about where you're at right now.
No, I'm not lit.
I know you're not lit, of course not.
Well, thank you all for joining us on the Bourbon Blend. We will be back here next Thursday night.
We will.
What are we doing?
Unless the
next
Auburn
Thursday?
Tigers, for some reason, are playing
Oh, that's
basketball.
true.
I don't know, but they probably
That's
won't
true.
be.
They'll probably be playing Friday. So
Yeah, probably Friday.
if they are not playing on Thursday, we will be here. And we will share with you guys what we're going to be doing then, because we plan these things really far in advance. So we will share that with you the day of.
Chip Chip says, should be in the thumbnail of every show. I don't, is he talking about like
Chip, no.
the bukkake of ideas?
No, he's talking about the breadstick pick. It should
Oh, the breadstick
no,
pick.
no, it shouldn't. That would make people be like, oh, no, I really don't need to view this show.
We
at
do
that
have an
crazy
optional
woman.
question coming through. Colin Biscuit says, what was the bourbon you drank tonight that JGT really liked and is readily available in Georgia? Starts with a P. It is the Pursuit United.
Pursuit United, all of the Pursuit comes in this kind of bottle.
Yeah.
Looks like this. A lot of time, the green, the rye has a green.
Yes, it does. And they have one that's like light blue instead of brown right here.
Yep.
I can't speak to that one. I haven't been able to get my hands on it yet.
Yep.
I've seen it and I didn't grab it, which is a dumbass
Yes.
move. All right, so we're going to wrap it up there, guys. It's been awesome having you all here, part of the fam, part of the Bourbon Blend fam.
Yes.
A lot of you guys are bumps.
Thank you all
too,
for
though.
joining us.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. Hopefully, I'll keep you guys apprised of what's going on. But until
Subscribe and like.
then. Yeah, subscribe and like.
We need subscribers.
We need subscribers.
We need 79 more, y'all. Give them to us.
What are you going to do if they get to 79?
We're going to give away a bottle of bourbon. A good bottle of bourbon.
Oh, we are? I know which one
We're
it
going to
is.
give away a bottle of bourbon. We'll have to show that next week.
Okay. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all being here. Love you guys. Make great decisions. I will see many of you on the Brain Train on Saturday night, right? We'll do that. And then, other than that,
Cheers.